is up, guys?
31. We back. Shoot Up Podcast, episode 31.
31. Yep. Shoe Dog Podcast. Back with loads more information, loads more what do you call it? Basically getting down to the nitty-gritty of being what's happening around the world in terms of sneakers. It's crazy out here. Definitely crazy out here. Another week. Another crazy week.
Yeah, another week of um shoes on the shelf, man. Shoes
Yeah.
on the shelf. 14s on the shelf.
Another one.
13s on the shelf. I mean, they coming
Another
out
one.
and they there.
Did the French Blues come out in the US?
Yeah, they came out Friday.
Another one.
They sat, yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna sit here for us. Yo, bro, like the French Blues, the French Blue to me is another. If you look at the colors and the color mix, it reminds me of a Flint color blocking, like with all the colors that they use.
That blue is different from, but it's trust me, it's not the Flint, bro. It's
No, it's
not
not
the
the
Flint.
Flint. But
No, no.
what do you think? What's your
I touched
opinion?
the pair. I touched the pair. Um, it's not the Flint, bro.
Oh no. I'm talking about like how they use the same colors I use on the Flint, but obviously the Flint's a bit of a lighter blue than the actual French blue. But
the the pair I saw wasn't the best. Um, it was a size 12. It wasn't the best quality wise, so I'm just gonna hold my judgment there and see,
okay.
what your pair look like, or other people when they
Yeah.
start getting pairs or whatever. But
I'm gonna try and get mine. Well, our release is on Monday, which probably is already out by now by the time we air this. But we're recording this on Sunday, so in between we got the release of the French Blues. It's gonna be quite interesting. I like it. I like it a lot, to be honest. I like the color blocking, the way they did it.
yeah, it's
It's
dope.
very nicely executed. Yeah, it's isn't it after the French Blue 7 or
I
based on the French
guess
Blue 7?
I, I, I don't think so. French Blue 7
Really?
colors, the colorway is a little different. It's
No,
still got the French blue, but it ain't got the red and gray like that, like the 13.
okay, cool. I thought there was this whole thing about using different colorways. So like Jordan Brand's doing this a lot recently, and have been doing a lot. They've been doing this a lot for years and years and years. But
Hmm.
when we're talking about the French Blue, they're talking about we're using some colorways of different sneakers. When you talk about creating a range, the stealth range is a thing now. We had the cool
Yeah,
gray range. The cool grey
yeah.
ranges was a thing. Obviously, you got the cool grey 3s, 4s, you got all the cool grey 11s, you got wasn't the 7s as well, cool grey 7s?
So
And
so okay, okay. So let's do this. Let's do this right quick. Non OG color packs like that.
yeah.
Cool gray. Um, what's another one? Uh, like shattered backboard, starfish.
Shadow Backboard, Starfish,
You
yep.
know, um, court purple,
Yep, Court Purple is another
royal,
thing.
the
Royal's
royal
another
toe.
thing. But
Not UNC,
oh no, but
UNC.
you
You know
oh
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
UNC is but no, but you wasn't there OG UNC?
Yeah. But I'm saying outside of the OGs, just
Oh
all
no,
the
so
because we got UNC fours, we got UNC sixes. You know what I'm saying? We got
oh
uh
yeah. And I get what you mean. Yeah, so the
so
UNC, we're
so
gonna get UNC fives next year. Yo, bro, the
I'm
UNC
putting
fives.
I'm putting cool gray at the top of that pack.
Oh, that's a shout. That's a discussion, bro. That is definitely a
I think
discussion.
cool gray because we got cool gray 11s, the cool gray fours, cool gray threes.
Oh,
Um,
all of them are dope. All of them are dope. All of them are
cool
dope.
gray ain't there some cool gray LeBron somewhere?
Yeah. But there's more cool grey. I think there's other cool greys out there that do in different silhouettes. But those are the three most popular: code 11s, threes, and fours. Um,
So what three? Well, obviously Shattered Backboard one, but
yo,
then
but you hold on. So this is getting a bit interesting here, bro. So because you just put the cool greys over the shatter backboards, and you put the cool greys over
no,
the
I'm
UNC
talking about
pack.
that colorway. No, I'm talking about that colorway. Now, see,
Okay.
the UNC for me is just a four. Like what? I mean, the fours and the
UNC
ones, the
six,
fours and the ones.
UNC one,
I
one,
don't, I
four, and
don't,
six.
I don't put that much
That's
stock
still
in the
UNC.
sixes. I
Yeah,
don't
bro,
put that much
it's
stock in
still
the
you.
sixes.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. What if the this is getting really good. This
Yeah, yeah,
what
yeah,
if
yeah,
the
yeah.
now UNC fives? If those UNC fives come out like the Raging
Now
Bull,
that'll
and
be different. That'll be totally different. That'll flip the script. Because I'm not. We're not gonna do it unless we know that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So you
okay, so
you could kind of say
you're saying
Bluebird, but Bluebird ain't don't fall in that UNC category. That's a one
okay.
off.
So
You know what I mean?
what
So
you're really saying is
if a
all the
UNC
sneakers that are
five,
released.
bro, suede like the Raging Bull UNC five, if that happened, that would catapult UNC probably up into that number one spot for me because we talking about the five. That's the main reason because we talking about the five. You
Oh,
know,
but isn't there a grey variation of a Jordan 5? But it's not cool grey 5,
yeah.
is it?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. Wolf Gray,
Wolf grey. It's called wolf grey rather than cool grey. So look,
but
that is a. You know
Cool
what?
Gray is 11s,
Let's
11s, threes and fours. That's
you
that's
giving
the
us a
top three for Cool Gray.
bro. You've given us a subject matter that we need to kind of elaborate on in a future live or on a future podcast because basically the way I look at it is you can't just have this discussion over like 2 minutes because it's a bigger discussion.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah,
you know what? Let's
yeah,
do the research and let's do the research and come back to this either next week or the week after. And call it the color codes, the non OG color codes, what the rankings are, and then
yeah.
what we need to kind of do in terms of what we think on our list,
What
and then
counts
we
and
see
what
what
doesn't?
yeah what
Because
counts and what
if
doesn't, and
cause,
what our best ones are. Because basically, from that perspective, like anybody that's listened to the podcast can have their own little
yeah,
agreement of
we
what their
already
list is.
know we're gonna have a list in the comments. Like put y'all
Oh
list out on IG, hit us with y'all list or whatever, and we'll take that
yeah.
into consideration too when we put it
Yeah,
together.
yeah. Let us know what colorways, what color codes do you want to on that list? Because the stealth color code is a new one. Because the stealth 12 and stealth 1 is the only color code in that, but that they're still dope. I think they're still
No,
dope.
Stealth Five,
Sort of. Oh
Stealth
shit, sorry,
Five.
the stealth fives, still fives, but
There's two versions of the Stealth Five. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
but there's no gray in that stealth 5 except for the midsole.
Yeah, that counts.
Ah,
It's called Stealth.
ah,
It's called Stealth. So it
ah.
count. It, it's called
Does
Stealth.
it though? Does it though?
It does, bro.
That's a tricky. I didn't even resonate to that because I'm
That's the
looking
first.
for white and grey.
That's the first Stealth Jordan. That's the first Jordan
Like
that was called Stealth, right? The Stealth
I
Five.
know it was, and the Stealth 2.0 is the second variation.
Exactly.
I know. You know what?
So
Let's
technically,
do this on a
technically is four shoes. For they stealth the stealth category will get four shoes.
yeah.
We need,
We need to do that. We need to take
yeah,
this away.
we'll do it. We'll do it later. We'll do it later. We'll
And
do it later.
you know what, we need to get the bro Steph Kicks on as well because we need to have that Dawn Becker versus Jordan discussion. I've been meaning to do this for and since last year. I'm talking about September last year. Me and Steph Kicks. Shout out to the bro Steph Kicks. We've been
Yeah,
talking
shout out
about
Steph.
this. Yeah, we've been talking about this for quite a while, and we were going to compare each Dawn Becker sneaker to each Jordan variation OG sneaker and going with what we think is the better sneaker in terms of execution, story, meaning. And we was gonna it's gonna take a full podcast to do it. I think it's the right area to do it in the podcast because bro, like when you look at the Dornbecker range, it's special. When you look at the OGs, obviously OGs are special. So we need to have that discussion basically, I'm talking about going back to the roots of it and talking about the person that designed it, like in terms of the Dornbeckers, what they're meaning to it, how they expressed it, breaking down each pair, and then looking at the equivalent OG pair and seeing what the better pair is, and in our opinion. And I don't know, I don't know personally when we had this discussion last year, and I know me and you talked about this last year. And it's such a long time since we talked about this because I really I haven't like kind of progressed that line.
I
We were
remember the
struggling with the
conversation.
Dornbecker fives. Yeah, we were struggling with the Dornbecker fives and the black metallic fives, and that's your favorite OG as well. So I know there's gonna be a good discussion about this. So that's another thing we need to take away. So I'm gonna write that down while we speak and then take it away with us because, bro, like that's a deep discussion. You can't just have you can't have colorway discussions and Dornbecker discussion just off a one-off random thought process, bro.
Nah, nah. Because we'll be sitting here for 3 hours talking about that shit.
Yeah, I
Looking up
think we're trying to
all,
limit this podcast to two
all kind of
hours,
pictures.
45 minutes.
We'll be pulling up all kind of. I sit here and put the chart together live on the podcast. Shit. 'Cause that's what's gonna end up happening. Once we get the colors together, I'm gonna go on and put that in action. But anyway, I do I want to talk about I want to talk about this real quick because I don't think you were aware of exactly what happened with Kanye with his
Oh yeah,
Gap.
I caught bits and pieces. I knew something that happened with the Gap range. So I think some people told me that he sold his whole Gap range. I don't know. Um, what happened? Like, bring that Kanye West story to light.
So he dropped his latest release, the Yeezy Gap release,
Okay.
and they calling it trash bag. I don't know if he calling it that. I don't know if you know critics calling it that, but he
What did the drop look like? What was the merchandise for that drop?
we can check that out. We can check that out. I'm gonna play this
Do you
though.
understand? Some people have felt that putting clothes in bags is insensitive, perhaps, to homeless and other people.
Look, man, I'm an innovator, and I'm not here to sit up and apologize about my ideas. That's exactly what the media tries to do. Make us apologize for any idea that doesn't fall under exactly the way they want us to think.
He told me that we should not clown
I
the
mean, the hoodie's
creators,
dope.
in
I
his
like
words,
that.
of the innovators, because that will make innovators and other designers and people who design and invent things less brave. He also points out that these are not garbage bags, as has been reported, but large construction bags. The reason he put the clothes in there, they're folded, is to make people be able to just informally reach in and help themselves with what they want to buy. He says his goal is to make life easier and informal so that we can all basically dress in the dark.
Okay,
So
cool. So I okay, cool. I just heard this, right? I haven't done, to be honest, me doing the sneaker news, I never covered this. But like basically, I knew there was a situation. I saw the clips that you sent me earlier this week. I heard peripherals of it, but this is the first time I'm actually getting the real story.
yeah,
Now my question is, my real question to you is, what's the problem?
that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Okay,
I
cool.
this is one. This is a rare moment for me, and hopefully people can can see my objectivity
Yeah,
for real because I do talk a lot of shit about Adidas and Kanye and blah blah
yeah,
blah.
cool, cool.
But
We,
no,
we, we
I
know we know
I
that you're
I
you're, you're
I
Nike man
agree.
through and through, bro. You
I
you you,
I
you get
agree
that
with
Nike
Kanye.
paycheck at the end of the year.
Hopefully they remember to send it. Uh, I don't know. The last one got lost in the mail. I'm still waiting on it. But
last 5 years is lost in the mail.
uh, but nah, I agree with Kanye, bro. I'm with him on this because, like you said, what's the problem?
Okay,
Like
cool. I'm
why?
I'm gonna and the reason why I say what the problem is. It's not because I support Kanye. I just look at the situation and say, what's the problem? Tell me fundamentally. Okay, cool. It's not trash bags. That is a look. I work in construction. That is a construction bag. That all the black bags with you got two levers either
Yeah,
side. You can pick it up and load it, bro. That is a construction bag. That's basically what our materials get delivered in. We're talking about sand. We're talking about gravel. All of that stuff gets delivered in those black construction bags. So There's nothing wrong with it. He's not putting black bin bags. It's over exaggeration from the media. Like, bro, like that's ridiculous. For one, number one. Number two, reason why I say what's the problem? All right, cool. Fundamentally, all right, cool. They're in a black bag. You can go and get your size. You can walk out and pay for it. There's not an issue. They're all folded up nicely. Reason why I say what the problem is, if you find that a problem, go and talk to Converse about their de-stress sneakers. They look more homeless than what Kanye is doing. Right? Go and talk to the other brands that are doing way more.
Not Converse. That was
Converse,
Balenciaga.
Yeah, but they use a Converse. They use a Converse sneaker and de-stressed it and made it look like it was like all holy. Let's see what I'm saying. So there's other brands out there doing ridiculous stuff. Go and address that situation. Why all of a sudden that they're after a Kanye West because he just put a whole lot of clothing in construction bags and sold them. Right?
It's Kanye.
What's the problem?
Kanye.
Yo, but what I'm trying to say is, did that hoodie have anything wrong with it? No. Did it have anything potentially an issue with it? No. Was it full of holes? Did it look like homeless people clothes? And by the way, homeless people and homeless clothing or people that wear clothing that are homeless, they don't do it because it's a necessity. They do it out of necessity, not because there's a fashion statement. And then you have brands like Balenciaga do their Converse sneaker, and it's almost ridiculing that whole homeless approach, because basically people that are homeless are suffering, right? So I don't understand what the problem is, bro. I don't understand how that made a story. And none of the higher brands are making headlines. And look, I wasn't even going to talk about this until it's early on, but you brought this up, right? And now I'm like, okay, cool. We're talking about it, so let's talk about it. Like, what kind of bullshit is this? What kind of bullshit is this Balenciaga? Like, tell me.
Bro,
but this Balenciaga shoelace earrings that they're selling you for $250, £195, and it is basically shoelaces in a latch that you could actually put in your ears. What's the difference between this, right, and this, bro? There's no difference between a set of $5.99 earrings and that.
Oh man, why, bro?
Like, look, there's no diff. Are you, bro? Like I can tell you this now. I can grab that $5.99 earring, convert it to an earring shoelace for you, and give you exactly what Balenciaga want for like so much less of a price. Yo, that's ridiculous. And you know what this is based on? This is based on Balenciaga. This is based on the Dema's ability to incorporate everyday objects into household jewelry collection. So you're basically telling me, you're basically telling me, right? They're gonna start doing stuff like this with other high.
Bro, a shoestring. Come on, dog.
Bro. This is actually a shoestring. This is not encased in gold. This is not
shit ever. I mean, it ain't even a nice looking shoestring. Like,
nope.
It's bullshit.
Bro, it is a shoestring tied up as a bow. That's what it is, and it's got a connector, Balenciaga connector.
Clasp on it. That's all it is.
That's and it probably that's ridiculous. Like, literally, oh my god, I literally said, if you follow me on Instagram, I definitely did say on the end of my 60-second news, what's next? Midsole earmuffs. I'm just like, literally, like come on, like, that's ridiculous. This is the whole range of using everyday household objects and converting them into jewelry. So what's next? And you know that, are you going to put an African nose ring knife there? Like, come on.
What's next, bro? Hey, man.
What's next? That's ridiculous.
This is horrible.
It's ridiculous.
This is horrible.
Another one.
Not at all.
Another one.
Oh man.
You tell me, bro. Like you tell me how is that acceptable? And you charging 195, £195, $250
That's a
for
face
for
plant, bro.
for
That's
yeah.
face plant. No, dog. No. Get. I bet. Ooh.
Because
Mm, uh,
it's because we touched on the whole Kanye West story. Like
yeah. I mean,
why isn't this making the news? Why isn't this making the news? This is more ridiculous than what Kanye did, and
yeah,
Kanye didn't do anything wrong.
exactly. Exactly. You're right. You're right.
So
So,
like that
uh,
I can't fathom that. I cannot fathom that at all, because that to me is absolute ridiculous. That's a
I
ridiculous
agree.
situation.
I agree with Kanye 100% in this situation, and I agree with you 100%. This balance, but they gonna. I mean, they keep showing us. They gonna do. They cause more mischief than mischief. You know what I mean? And they get away with it. They constantly get away with it. It's
Basically we I always say on my videos, you push barriers, push boundaries, and keep that positive movement. That Balenciaga earring is not pushing barriers, it's not pushing boundaries, it's doing nothing but basically selling you a piece of crap for $250. I'm gonna be honest with
bro.
you. That is
We
absolute piece of crap.
we spoke on
That
Supreme.
embodiment. Hey?
We spoke on Supreme, right?
Yeah.
The other day, yesterday, or the day before yesterday, whenever it was. Supreme is the only like Supreme was mischief before mischief
Are we already
in a
bringing
way.
this up? Are
In a
we already
way.
bringing this up? Because I want to share this as well, because I actually, this was the other story factors that I was going to bring up, because
Like
yeah, like
Supreme
but
Supreme does whatever they want to do, and it's okay.
we're talking about the Supreme Rolex collaboration, yeah.
Yeah, like they this is a Supreme watch. Yeah, it's a Rolex, but it's a
Yep.
Supreme watch. You know what I mean? So it's okay.
You put
Like
you put the
I
best
don't look at
statement.
this as like a Dior Jordan. You know what I mean?
No, 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 no.
I, it's in that truthfully it's in that lane. Like it belong in that lane, but I don't look at it like that for some reason. But it's because it's Supreme. Like
Yeah,
anything,
yeah.
like I said, if it's like attaching, it's like us being sponsored by McDonald's. Then this would be the Mick Shoe Dog podcast. You know what I'm saying?
I no no no. And
Like,
my response to you on that was, it'll be the muck shoe muck dog muck cast.
you know what I'm saying? Because once you collab with McDonald's, they're gonna throw that MC on the front. We know that. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
and
So
the best comment you made.
anytime you do something with Supreme, it belongs to Supreme. I feel like, you know what I mean? Like even when they do they Nike shoes, I always feel
Yeah,
like it's more a Supreme shoe now than a Nike because Supreme is just I mean they make every fucking thing and it's always red and with
it's
white
really
writing on
it's
it. You know what I mean? And they get away with it, bro. People love it, and I didn't understand it at first, but I've came to terms with it. It's like it's just Supreme, bro. This is what they do.
it, it's have you noticed something? There's a bit of a trend recently going around where brands are starting to um pimp themselves to
Hmm.
higher brands like Rolex or Balenciaga or Gucci, or was it Gucci that did
Well,
that Adidas collaboration?
I think this is huge. Like a collab with Rolex is
Yeah,
like you can't because that shit finna appreciate like a motherfucker. I mean, the
yeah.
price on that watch is finna double and triple probably. You know what I mean?
Of course it is. Of course it is.
Before long, over a short
It,
period of time. But
yeah,
like
but
the
this is for the
Adidas,
hype beast, bro. This
what
is
was
for the
it? It
hype
was
beast.
Adidas Balenciaga. Um, it was who did something with you said
Adidas
somebody
did
did
something
something
with
with
Gucci.
Gucci.
Yeah,
What was
Adidas,
that?
Gucci,
How did
like
I miss that?
Adidas did. Hold on. Let me pull up, because Adidas did something with Gazelle. Adidas Gucci Gazelle. Hold
Oh
on.
yeah. Okay. I know what you're talking about.
You
that
add that
was
to the
kind of
whole
under the radar
collaboration.
somehow. That was under the
Yeah,
radar somehow. And because
but
in the sneaker culture, like we don't. I mean, yeah, people care, like, but like you said, like this watch is a hype these days.
yeah.
Unless
So
you're a
if
Supreme person, like
yeah.
I don't give a Supreme person the automatic hype beast tag like some people do. You
No,
know what
no,
I'm
no,
saying?
no, no, no. It's a supreme. Like when you talk about like
So
we just mentioned it. Supreme do everything with anybody they want. And they do stuff like Supreme bricks, bats,
anything,
show like
everything from lighters, they probably got Supreme gym clips, red gym clips. You can use in the office. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a
this is what I was talking about, bro. This was the Gucci Adidas Gucci collaboration.
yeah, I saw
That they
that.
had that just when you click it, it's got a lot. It had a lot. He had the gazelles. He had all this merch for it. It
That's
was
actually dope.
it is dope, and it feels. But the thing is, it feels like that's the it's a marinated relationship where Gucci probably does need Adidas and Dior needs Nike, but
It's a
also
mutual relationship.
yeah, it's a mutual relationship. But also, I think it goes hand in hand with the brands needing like Adidas and Nike. You also want it to go and touch that higher echelon of like
That's
high end fashion.
I think that's natural.
Yeah. It's development. It's the what
Yeah,
do you call it? Advancement in your marketing, advancement in your development, and touching the brand. So in the future, when you do go back, the high, you're not only touching street fashion, you're touching high end brands. What do you think? What do you think Kanye is doing stuff with Gap, and what do you think Kanye is doing stuff with Balenciaga and stuff like that? Because basically, it is him touching the high. He's trying to transverse not only streetwear but high end fashion, and that's something that's been difficult for the brands to do from the past. But this all, like you say, Nike did it first, and I think this is the most. I don't know who did it before Nike, but Nike did that Dior collaboration years ago, and that was kind of the start for me personally, where even though we have collaborations and then stuff like that, but that was when you start doing stuff with Dior, Balenciaga, like and Gucci. That's when you know, like you trying to transverse into that high end fashion. We're not talking about Fragment. We're not talking about Sakai. We're not talking about any of those brands. We're talking about reputable high street brands where you can walk in. I think like Virgil was doing a lot with Louis Vuitton.
yeah.
That kind of that was happening as we were speaking, and we know that Louis Vuitton bag that actually did that happen after the Dior collaboration. I think the Louis Vuitton bag, the Louis Vuitton sneakers, all of that is basically Nike trying to touch that high end. That stuff's not for us, 100% not for us. Like some of it's really dope,
Yeah.
some of it's not for us. It's out of our price bracket, and
Nah, I
that we
ain't
got to
trying to do all
respect.
that.
Yeah, but that we got kind of respect because basically that's the brands trying to touch that high end fashion end. So when from that perspective, we got to give them due. We got to
It
pay them
just
respects because basically it's what they're trying to transfer
see
their name onto.
these fashion houses, bro. Like I'm not hating on the brand because we talk shit about a lot of these um high fashion crossovers that we seeing. I
Yeah.
mean, you can't even call some of them collabs because like what they did to that Reebok, that Iverson Reebok. It's like, bro, why?
What the Balenciaga, Iverson, Reebok,
No, I
the
don't
way
think
they
that was
tore it.
Balenciaga. Yeah, when they tore
No,
all
no.
that, like, come on, bro. This is
Mason. Sorry, so
lazy.
Mason was Mason Margiela. It's Mason
Margiela, yeah.
Margiela. Yeah,
This
yeah,
is lazy and it's ugly. Like,
yeah,
come on, man. Y'all, who y'all got doing this? Like, they, this ain't working. This ain't working for us. It's not working for me. I mean,
yeah.
shout out to whoever think is dope and whoever picked up, you know. But I don't think I ain't heard from nobody that like that shoe. Put it
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. I ain't heard from nobody that's cool with
I think she actually went on sale. To be honest, I think it actually went on sale. Yeah, it's yo, Balenciaga, you're getting this. No, not Sorry, Balenciaga. Yeah, Balenciaga, you're getting this for that craziness, stupid shoelace sneaker, a shoelace earring. Guys, if you want a
Don't make no
shoelace earring, just
sense.
hit me up. I'll make you one for like less the price.
$20. Got
$20. I got you for $20.
you.
Don't quote me on that, by the way. I'm not doing it for you.
Yo,
But you can grab yourself a
watch this.
$5.99. You can grab yourself a $5.99 shoelace, put a earring connector to it, and you can have your own black and white. And you know what the funny thing is? Nobody actually realizes it's not Balenciaga because the Balenciaga signs are hidden by the shoelace. Do it. Just do it.
Anyway, check
Yeah.
this out though. Remember that little ASIC slide I was joking about
Yeah.
last week? Come to find out, it's the real deal.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Hold on. Is it the softest recovery footwear I've ever used?
Yes.
What? How did? What's the 3D print? What's the materials you're using for the 3D print? That's the most important thing.
I don't know, but this guy, I didn't read the article, but it's not giving away anything about the materials necessarily.
It's
It's just
a
saying it's
thick. The
3D
thick.
printed.
Okay, so basically, it's I'm gonna be honest. Those Adidas 4D, that's Adidas 3D prints that we get are so uncomfortable. That midsole is so uncomfortable, from what I've heard. So I don't know what materials you're using for this. I think it's a promotional stunt. If I'm honest, until somebody gets it in hand and wears it and feels it, because have they not put a Yeezy slide on their feet to compare with?
Hey, that's a great question because we know who the champion is right now.
Yeah, I'm
We
gonna
know who the champion is.
I'm gonna reserve the right to judge until I actually get it and wear it, and then we can consider what the softest. Yo, this foam war and slide war has got people confused because, like, have you seen the Addy foam Q that's been showcased this week?
Uh-uh.
That was showcased this week. So like people are gonna hype up their own product and say it's the softest thing ever. Like the Adlit 22 was regarded as the softest thing ever until you got it on feet, and it's not softer than the Yeezy Slide. Yeezy Slide is the most soft. I can say this to this day, I've not worn a slide softer than the Yeezy Slide, and that's the case at this moment in time. That might change as products come out and did we get better materials and better softer materials, but at this moment in time you aren't beating a Yeezy slide, and that's the exclamation mark, full stop. Nothing's beating that at this moment in time. So if Asics is basically saying their slide is softer than a Yeezy slide, or it's the most softest recoverable slide ever, send us it and we'll compare it. Let's do it. Send it to us and we'll compare it.
Shit. And for
And we'll give
15
you our
bucks,
honest opinion.
if they really $15, I'm gonna get a pair.
Are they $15? They're gonna
That's what
sit. They're gonna sit. They're gonna sit.
I mean.
So,
I don't think they're supposed to be like they know they're not trying to jump in that. They're not jumping into it like that. I don't think they're not
okay.
looking.
So
I don't think they're looking to compete because you really can't. You know what I'm saying? I think
okay, cool.
they're just trying to get in the game. They just want to be
So,
in the game, and it makes sense.
so what they're basically saying is what they're basically saying. This is what it is. I can give you the scenario. This is the most recoverable footwear slide ever. And then you go to the little red writing on the terms and conditions saying, "Okay, this is not softer than a Yeezy slide, but it's softer than any other slide you can ever get." Pretty much, that's what the situation is. I think if you're talking about pigeonholing, they probably say this is the most comfortable recovery slide. Means they don't regard the Yeezy slide as a recovery slide. That's the caveat, because basically if you regard the Yeezy slide as a injury recovery slide, or a slide that you can actually basically recover from a sports injury, then that's not the right one you're choosing. So it could just basically be the wording is literally the key to this at the moment.
I mean,
That recovery.
that's how people talk about the
Yeah.
Yeezy slide. Like it, like
Yeah,
is that comfortable where it could be considered that. But
yeah. It is
it
it is
really don't
super
matter.
comfortable.
It really don't matter because no matter how comfortable this Ace slide is, it's not in range. Ain't
Yeah,
nothing in range. We keep seeing that ain't nothing in range with it. You know what I mean? So
I would like to. I'm going to be honest. I would like to see somebody give that Yeezy slide a run for its money, because basically it would mean more.
yeah,
You know what I like. I like competition because basically it sharpens your tools. So like when you talk about Yeezy slides, they are winning it, killing it at the moment. But if something comes out which is way or equivalent to a way softer than the Yeezy slide, then it gives Yeezy slide a problem. Then they're like, okay, cool, we need to make ours more comfortable. We need to make it better, and all of a sudden you get better development, better tech from that, and I enjoy that because basically it means we get better products. So
yeah.
I want that. I want that to happen. I want somebody to come out with, and if if Asics do it for $15, that's gonna be crazy.
When we looked at it, when I brought it last week, the first time I had saw it on there, it said they're supposed to be $15. So
Okay.
we're
Uh, but
gonna find out.
but before we carry on, we missed the whole chunk for the start because we went in too raw or quick, bro. Because what we supposed to do is the pickups for last
Oh
week.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
Because I ain't got
So
none.
what did?
So
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna showcase three things. One of the things is obviously I don't know if you caught the reel for the hunt on my
no,
Instagram.
no, I didn't.
I'll let you check it out in your own time. But I had to bring the shotgun out for the toy shotgun out for the taxis as well. So
Hmm.
those taxis you see back there. So that was a reel I did for today, which is quite interesting. I had one package come this week. This is E's pickup because obviously E asks me to pick up some sneakers for him from time to time. And yeah, I managed to pick up bang
I knew it.
the U the UNC Jordan One Low. It's dope. It's a very dope sneaker actually. Very dope, very soft. It is. What's it with these Jordan ones and being so damn soft and comfortable? Because even the quality on these is crazy. Like this has got some tumbled leather. It's not as soft as the it's not as soft as the neutral grey one lows, but it is definitely a very very comfortable soft sneaker. Definitely nice sneaker for you. What do you reckon,
That
bro?
shit hard. That shit hard as fuck.
That's that blue bottom reviews coming soon. Trust me, guys. There's a couple of it. I got 3 reviews to do and more. If you get what I mean, I'm just busy with reviews and reviews and reviews. People say I always coming out with content, but it's unfortunately I'm picking up too much sneakers, bro. So
Did those
this is
did those sell out?
no, they sold it on the app, but they're also sitting on in store, and that's that. One thing. We'll come to that. There's a subject that we're going to discuss. We'll come to that. But the second pickup was for me. This came out on Sneakers Day, and obviously, I didn't cop, but I still had to. This actually comes out on the 25th of, which is 4 days time for us, but this comes out in October for you guys. And I know you don't particularly like this sneaker. But I don't think I showcased this last week. But the Purple Canyons, bro. The Purple Canyons. Look at the quality on that. It's dope. It's hairy, bro. And when we talk about softness, it's have you ever felt a towel? Your towel.
Hmm.
Your towel you kind of wipe your wet skin with, right? It's like that. It's that soft, bro. It is literally towely. Like is dope. Even I do I think the lime green is dope on this as well, and obviously the bottom. But this reminds me about similar to the sea foams that we're gonna get as well. The Jordan 4 sea foams. That's going to be the same limey green color we're going to get on the sea foams potentially. It's a dope sneaker, definitely dope sneaker. I like it. Look at that. It's got a little Superman quiff at the top. It's got that little
Yeah.
Superman clip at the top. It's a dope sneaker. It's a dope sneaker.
Yeah. It look good quality, but I just don't like the colorway.
I get that, but I'm gonna I'll the review will come out this Thursday for this. I'm definitely gonna push out the review for this and discuss what is the best hairy sneaker we've got, because I did pick up. I got the British Khaki Sixes. I've got the British Khaki Sixes. I got the Jordan 4 UNCs. I've got the Purple Canyon Purples. So there's going to be interesting conversations about
alternate grape Raging Bull.
alternate great Raging Bull. I've got that too. So it's like we got 4 sneakers with that furry. Oh, Bluebirds as well. Bluebirds has got that furry suede on
Really?
it. But like it's the Bluebirds is dope.
I
Bro.
thought the Bluebirds was a new book.
Nah, the
I
Bluebirds
only
is
saw him.
the
I only
Bluebirds.
saw him a couple times. So.
The Bluebird is. Shall I pull out the Bluebirds?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because the Bluebirds is a dope sneaker. Yeah, there you go.
How many was that?
Second.
How many was that?
15.
No, the fuck.
So the Bluebird 5s is the Bluebird 5s. The Bluebird 5s has got this like it's not like proper. Oh, bro, look! You could look at that. So it's so dope. This sneaker is so dope. I need to get this on feet one. I actually had it on feet for just a little thing, but like a reel, but like I need to get this on feet properly. But like I don't know why people were hating on that silver on this.
Yeah,
it's so dope. That's so dope. So, but basically, yeah, this is suede. This is definitely suede as well. Like, is not as hairy, but this is another sneaker that you can regard as having that hairy suede on it. But yeah, that Bluebird 5 is a dope sneaker, bro. Dope sneaker.
Yeah,
but
we always get that hair suede on 5s.
Yeah. But the last thing I picked up was a recommendation from the sis Jenny. If you know him from our podcast, she was on the podcast weeks ago. And then she recommended this Philips cleaner. And if you basically you're not seen this before.
Mm-mm.
This will save you. Somebody's asked me to do the review for this as well, because basically they're like, can you do a review for your channel, because I want to see how it performs. But this has got like 3 separate heads. And what it does, this is a bristle head. It's got a sponge and it's got a mesh head. And what it does is this.
Oh my!
So if you have a sneaker, you dip it in the cleaning materials, and then obviously this is dirty. What you can do is this.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to. Jenny, because it's got nothing on it at the moment, Jenny reckons that she cleans her sneakers with this, and it's way quicker than doing it by hand. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm all down for getting quicker cleans, because obviously you want to be more effective. So if this is going to be more effective, I'm definitely down for it. But yeah. I'm going to try and use this to clean a couple of sneakers in the meantime, and then see how it goes. Jenny's waiting for my response about how good it is. I'm going to try and do this. Obviously, I'm trying to work out what the best bristles are, brush are. Obviously, the midsole and the sole is going to be this bristle brush, and you got three different other items. But it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how effective it is. She raves about it, so I thought I would try and get this. It's only £30, which is probably like $45 for you guys. But I'll let you know. I'll pull out a review on soon, and I'll let you know how this is. We're not sponsored by anybody anyway, so bro, we always give our true reflections and opinions on products. I'm gonna say this because obviously I've tried this. That Crep Protect. Sorry guys if you love Crep Protect, but that Crep Protect shoe protector it is rubbish. It's so soft, it just kind of collapses as soon as you put your feet in it. There's a lot of problems with it. And Crep Protect need to sort that out because it's not great.
What you
I've
talking
got another.
about?
The shield Crep Protect crease protector.
Oh, the that you stick in the shoe.
Yeah, I
Oh
I
man,
I
yeah.
I was recommended it. I put it in on one of one of my regular sneakers, and as soon as you try to fit your shoe in it, it kind of collapses inwards, and you can't get your feet in, and it keeps hurting. And once you get it situated, it still collapses, so it's got no real structure to it, and it's not great if I'm honest. Like with a normal sneaker shoe, it's made of this hard plastic, and you're like, okay, cool, you can fit it in, adjust it, but you keep like with those things, it still pops back out when you walk. So that's is why I thought the crease protector would be quite a bit better. It is once you get it in place after hours and hours and hours of trying, and you get your feet in after hours and hours of you trying, it's fine, and then it still collapses. But I've got something else coming, which is the crease beast as well. I'm experimenting. This is a crease beast because it's a sock with a sponge
Hmm.
at the front of it.
Yeah.
And
I remember we
yeah,
was
yeah,
looking at that.
yeah. And then
Uh,
I've got it coming. So I'm gonna try and do a comparison. I might do what the best crease protector is review because I've still got the normal sneaker shields which everybody do. I haven't got the force shields which King of Trainers is part of. I might need to get that. And I've got a user Crep Protects. I'm going to give my honest opinion, and obviously the crease beast is another thing that somebody's come out. So if anybody wants to use the best, I will be able to tell you what my in my personal opinion what the best crease protector is at this on in the market at the moment. And that crease beast is there for me to use for pattern sneakers. So basically, it protects them. But I want to see how it performs in normal leather sneakers, in pattern leather sneakers, and any other silhouettes. So it will give you an idea of how it creases and stuff like that. So I'll give you my thoughts on that once I get in. But other than that, yeah, just that's accessories that you guys need sometimes to actually enhance your sneaker collection and maintain it to where it is, because me and Q always clean the soles of our sneakers to keep them fresh.
yeah, that's why I'm interested in that brush because
Yeah, I'm
that'd
gonna
be the
use it.
main thing most of the time for me. I don't mind cleaning uppers, especially with. I would never clean uppers with that machine. No, sir. Because bro, imagine you get something on one of your light colored suede shoes,
Yeah,
and you say you get something, you get a black stain on that purple. You're not
yeah.
on that four. You're not using that brush on them uppers, bro.
No, no,
you gonna
they've got
you gonna bleed
they've got
you gonna
yeah.
bleed that motherfucker gray. It's gonna be gray by the time you
Yeah.
take that brush off.
Yeah, the suede brush is probably better way to use, but better thing to use. But there's three different brushes to it. So there's a sponge, there's a bristle brush, and there's bristle brushes for the midsole and sole, and there's a sponge, and also there is a mesh brush as well, which is a bit more softer.
But no,
So you can
I
vary
don't think you want that much action on
on
suede
suede.
like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
You can probably
Especially
use it
if
on your leather sneaker.
because you can probably dry clean it. You know what I mean? Brass
Yeah,
brush, suede eraser, like you said. So yeah, you have
yeah,
you have to be careful and be picky with that. Like I put it on all the other shoe, with a soft
yeah,
brush, yeah, but
yeah.
nah. But anyway,
So that
what
was
you
the
do?
three pickups this week. That was three pickups this week. Obviously
Um,
because like two sneakers and one accessory.
I did pick up. I I picked up two shoes, but neither one of them are mine. So it's the Ginger 14s that I got for Black. Shout out to Black. And like I was saying, the French Blue 13s I got for Trip. So,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I got Trip his shoes. No, actually they did come out yesterday, Saturday. No,
Yeah.
it came out. Yeah, Friday. It came out Friday. It came out Friday.
Another one.
And he came and got them. He came and got them from me. And they actually the raffle actually filled up, but I got waitlisted. This is my I think this is my maybe my second waitlist W on the Flex app. You get
Oh,
waitlisted, and then there's a second
what
drawing
sneaker was
if
this?
the 13s.
Okay, cool.
If
13's,
when people don't confirm on time, the
yeah.
shoes get re-raffled to the people that didn't win the first time.
The problem is people are going for the 13 like it's a hype sneaker, and then all of a sudden when they realize there's no resale on it, they pull out and don't pick it up, and then you just pick up the pairs that they didn't pick up, and then that's always going to be the case. So you might get on the reserve list, but you definitely end up copying, especially 13s. But there's no hype on 13s, bro.
But people
There's no real hype.
but people like them though. I mean, people here wear 13s.
I'm a
I know
testament to that because
I see a lot of black and royals and lucky greens,
yeah.
starfish, like everything. And
Yeah, I'm a testament to that. I always pick up the 13s that I want.
yeah, but the French blue. And another thing about the fact that shoes are sitting now, big sizes are still hard to get
Selling out.
too.
Yeah.
With
So
14, like you wear 14, you still having a hard time wearing a 13. It's a little easier than 15, but you're having a hard time with 13 still. So
okay, so I hope I do cop it on Monday, because I definitely a dope sneaker. I think it's gonna sit a bit, but I hope I end up copying it. Otherwise, I just go to the shop and cop it because it'd be easy enough to cop. Go on. What's the next subject, bro?
check your girl out. Your ex-girlfriend.
Oh, Nike's ex-girlfriend has gone to Allbirds. I remember you sending me this during the week, and it was interesting because she's
Look,
gone from
go ahead.
she's gone from Nike to Allbirds. What is Allbirds, bro? Give us an example of what Allbirds is, because we don't have Allbirds in the UK.
First of all, she changed her name
Did she?
to Freeman. I guess that's her. Yeah, I guess that's her maiden name. So she had
Yeah.
her ducking and dodging. You know what I'm talking about? But she went to Allbirds, like you said, and Allbirds compared to Nike is nobody. Like, I mean, this like a I don't know what to call this. I don't know what to call this.
she's gonna tell she's gonna tell Allbirds. She's gonna tell Allbirds. Oh, this is like Skechers.
But these shoes are expensive as hell, and I don't know why. So
Do
you know,
do any of
one
you guys
one
own
one
an
one
Allbirds
sixty for
shoe?
this.
Let us know.
160 for this. Why? I mean, it must be great technology. If I mean, they got them on there for that price, they probably selling them. So,
Yo, bro, doesn't that look like doesn't that grey variation
oh
in
yeah.
that picture look like a turtle dove?
Hmm.
Yo, this is a Skechers. This is Skechers to me, bro. This is like an expensive version of Skechers, if I'm honest.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Remember that time? Remember that time years ago when Skechers started producing Skechers, but in Yeezy colorways?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
funny. That was
I mean,
really funny.
they got you covered. I mean, 155. Like, hey, shout out to whoever rocking Allbirds, I guess. But yeah, bro.
Well, somebody must be buying this stuff because it's still selling. Have you
Got you
do
covered.
any? Okay, honestly, guys, if anybody owns an Allbirds sneaker, please give us a DM, or give us a DM on Instagram, or leave your comment in this video and let us know if you actually do own a pair of Allbirds, because we're interested to see not why, but we're interested to see how the quality is like. Like
Yeah.
we always talk about Nike, Adidas, Puma, Reebok, but all of that stuff, but Allbirds might be the next big thing, bro. I say that while I'm biting my tongue.
Oh no. I mean, I'm looking. I ain't seeing nothing that's Look, they got they got you covered, Doc. They got you covered. You didn't. Oh no. I don't know how many pairs
Yeah,
of these
th-
old girl
that
son gonna be able to.
that's a total dove mid.
Mm-hmm. They got you covered, bro. All birds, man.
Yeah.
They got you covered.
All right. Let's get rid of that Allbirds. We're promoting Allbirds too much. But yeah, guys, let us know if you own if you own Allbirds, and let us know if you kind of rock with Allbirds. Oh, it's intriguing. Like
Ladies,
I just want to. Maybe it's the next big thing. And Herbert or and Freeman,
Freeman.
basically Freeman, and Freeman or a freer woman, basically is going to potentially kind of tell them all Nike secrets. That's pretty much what she's there for. To do business this way, do that way. Kind of, it's progression. I think Allbirds is looking for progression, and the easiest
She
thing to do is pick
she's
up an
on
ex Nike employee.
she's on the board of directors. Whatever the fuck that
Yeah,
means.
she's gonna tell Allbirds all of Nike's little secrets.
Yeah. So hey.
So watch out for Allbirds. In 10 years' time, they might be rivaling Nike. And we're talking about we're literally taking a pee, like taking the mic, but obviously it might be a big thing in the future. So watch out for them. Next up is something that I really want to. It's interesting. This one really to me was like an eye opener, because did you know last week, and the week before, there was restocks and restocks and restocks, bro?
Mm-hmm.
And if anybody doesn't know this website, yes, they restocked the Air Jordan 5,
Mm-hmm.
off white, canary
About
yellow,
3 weeks,
yeah,
three,
3 weeks
4 weeks
ago.
ago.
Yeah, canary yellow is is that Virgil's official website?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you don't know Canary Yellow, make sure you are updated with Canary Yellow, because they dropped the off white 5s. They dropped the off white 4s last week.
Mm-hmm.
And we had loads of restocks recently with Yeezy brand, with 350 700 slide slippers and all of that stuff. Now, bro, it feels to me like things don't sell out, bro. Things do not sell out. And we always think, and this is the prime example. This is the prime example. With every time we see that sellout on Nike and sneakers, that we always like, yeah, we're sold out, move on. But they always like, there's a trend of always restocking, and no near full time. Like I can tell you, last fall, obviously I got EA after EA after EA after EA. I probably got like 5 or 6 EAs, and I ended up getting 3 pairs for other people. And then I picked up the UNC one, which I totally missed. I picked up other sneakers. They gave me EA for Raging Bulls. They gave me EA for the Aqua Pata. They gave me EAs for the shimmers, which I got for Sis, and she's a 2.5. Like, imagine trying to get a shimmer at 2.5, and it probably sold out. So I managed to get it for her, bro. Like full time, and we're approaching that season as we speak, because we're in August. So about October, November time is when they'd start doing major EAs and restocks on products that sold out, didn't sell out in March or April or even February time. So you will see that in October, November time. And this is for me talking from true experience, because I've been around, like we've both been around for since 2015, 2016. So we've seen the marketing tactics, and we know what the situation is. And I've seen it over the past years. That's always going to be the case. They always restock. They always restock. They always restock right at the end of the fiscal year, or not fiscal year, but right at the end of the quarter. And this is going to be the prime time, when before the end of the quarter, the end of end of the year, when they start dropping the major heat for the mass major heat, they will do these like teaser, like appetizer restocks, to let you know that they're still here. Like, here you go. Here's a Unity, bro. I did a video last year, and I showed you guys I picked up the UNC one on EA. That was no cap. So I'm advising you guys, just be in tune, because you've seen 2 off whites restock this last month. So and you see all these Yeezys restocking. Yeezy, like, it's really funny, because Yeezy do restocks at the end of the year, and it's like October, November time as well, or coming to the end of the year, because they've got excess stock that didn't sell out or was get sent back, and all of a sudden they will do this half an hour EA exclusive access. Pick this up, 300, 700s, 350, 700s, all of that stuff. So that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen in October, November time for us as well as you guys, and obviously You got all of these other sneakers restocking. So the question is, do sneakers truly sell out, bro?
I mean, hey, they can make them. It,
Okay.
it ain't like when they decide we want these many pairs, um, plus whatever defects they get picked out,
Mythbusters.
and hopefully the defects do get picked out. You know what I'm saying? Because we've seen
Yeah.
what happens when defects get through, when too many defects get through. But
So
once
this this is
once they produce the number that they want to produce, it ain't like they can't do it again. You know what I'm saying?
this is the Mythbusters. That's the question for Mythbusters today. Do sneakers really sell out? Because I remember this is not the only time. When did the Space Jams first originally release? And like recently
17?
released, 2017.
Was it
Right.
17? No,
Let me just
it
pull
was
it up
right now.
because
I think 16 or 17. One of them.
yeah, Jordan. I'm just gonna look this up because I just want to get the facts. Because a year after, bro, they restocked them in November, December time, and I managed to hit.
Hmm.
And I remember that because um I'm just looking this up. I remember that because basically I remember being on the bus and being able to cop my pair because they did a shock. 2016 is when it last came out. 2017 is when they around November December time. They was it November December time, that time when they actually dropped them and I actually managed to cop my pair. Um, and they dropped them a year later. Oh, a year later, I think it's a year later. I might be confused in time scales, but I'm pretty sure I didn't cop them in 2016. I got more into sneakers in 2016 and 17, and then when they dropped, I actually managed to cop, and that was way after it was originally released. So, like when I say do they actually? I think they're safe stock for special drops to actually give, like I said, give you an appetizer of what's coming up or the bigger releases that's coming up in that end of year release. So we get like Concours, Breads, Cool Greys. We're gonna get Chicago 1 and 2s this year as well. So that they're gonna tease you up and line you up and remind you that they're still there and give you some special releases, and all of a sudden they'll drop a big stock of the big release for the end of the year. So that's something that Nike end up doing. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure at the end of this year you might get Crimson Fours. You might get black. You,
We
last
already
year they
did.
gave no. EA's. Last year they gave EA's for Oreo fours and Travis Scott fours, Travis Scott sixes in last year. This year you're gonna see hopefully military black fours. You'll probably see crimson fours. You probably see some Jordan ones that you won't see Travis Scott ones, but you'll definitely see a couple of good sneakers come out. You probably see the patterns, either the white or the orange blaze come out. You might get an EA for the concepts Air Max ones. Yeah, so you might see EA for that. So there is going to be a lot of EAs, I think, this year and around October, November time before December hits and before we get the real anticipated sneakers. And I do believe they treat this like a four-course meal where you basically get an appetizer, which is something nice, and then you get a main course, which is either Chicago 1 and 2. Then you get a semi soup, which is the Jordan 11s, and then you get a dessert, which probably is going to be the Gore-Tex 5 for us.
Yeah, it's too much, bro. There's gonna be more pushbacks. There's gonna be dates gonna be
Yeah,
shifted around and all that. Like, ain't no telling what's really gonna happen with the Chicago dates. And
I
is it
think
gonna
they'll
be?
really.
Are they gonna release on the same day worldwide? You know what I mean? Like as far as
That's
UK
a
and US
question.
anyway.
That's the big question. That's the big question because like we've got the taxis before you guys. You get the taxis on the 24th of September. We already got them. We've got the Canyon Purples released already, and they kind of the official drops the 25th of August. But you're getting them get them in October. But I think Chicago ones and twos will definitely be a joint release. They have to do it as a joint release. I don't think they can't afford to do it as a separate release. But the pattern bread ones did come out in the UK a month before you guys. So that could be a situation. But also do you think like the Chicago 2 might? I think the Chicago 1's more likely to come out than the Chicago 2 this year. If there is a pushback, I think the Chicago 2 might get pushed back into maybe All-Star weekend.
Yeah, because everything back open now. So
Yeah.
we ain't got no more restrictions. CDC done cease and desist on all the COVID, protocols and social distancing, and now it's all over.
Yeah.
So
It's
yeah,
gun. It's gun.
they Nike finna they about to do some. They probably gonna act a fool for All Star next year. They gonna
Yeah.
act a whole fool because last year it didn't really hit right. You know what I'm saying? We got some
What's your
lackluster.
prediction?
Got some lackluster
What's your
stuff.
prediction?
They're
So
probably
what's your
gonna
predictions for All-Star weekend?
they're gonna have to do something. I want to say they're gonna have to do something with a one, but at the same time, it's the anniversary of the eights next year,
Yeah.
so hopefully
I think might have lost Q for a bit. I'm hoping to get Q back, but I kind of agree with you, bro. Like basically, I feel like the MMA no the All-Star weekend is going to be crazy. Bear with us. Let me try and get Q back.
One eternity later.
Hey, we're back. Sorry about those
technical
technical difficulties.
difficulty.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Now. I'm gonna tell. Well, we was talking about All-Star weekend. I
Yeah.
think I have I don't know if this is gonna be true, but I think the All-Star weekend is gonna be the start of something hype. Start some new hype, right? If you're in tune, I'm gonna tell you a bit of advice. If you're in tune and you watch what's happening, shall I tell you what the new next hype thing is gonna be?
What?
We okay. Let's at least recap what we've at this moment in time in terms of hype. We had the
Shoelace
dunks
earrings.
hyped. No, not the shoelace earrings. We had a hype on the dunks, right?
Yeah.
We had a hype on the Jordan ones. We had
Yeah.
We had a massive hype on all the Jordans after the Last Dance. We had a hype on the Air Max ones. We had a hype on the what's the latest thing that's there? Air Max ones, Jordan 4s. Sorry, I had to forget Jordan 4s. Now, bro, if you savvy to this, and we got the hype on the Jordan 2s, because they tried to push collab after collab after collab, right?
It ain't real though.
And yeah, but you want to know, and I do feel next year Jordan 1s are going to be less accessible, like less released than they have ever been, and I think this year is a testament to that because they're not releasing as many pairs of Jordan 1s as we can speak, and not a lot of people are picking up Jordan 1s, so I think they're gonna semi-retire it next year and the year after, because the next hype, and I saw this coming, bro. I saw this coming when I saw 4 separate colorways being published weeks and months ago. The next hype thing, the next hype push from Nike is the airship, bro. Is the
Yeah.
airship. That's the next
Oh,
thing. We see
but
we seen we
these numbered pairs. That's actually a I'm on my year pair.
yeah, I'm just about gonna break it down.
I don't know if this is gonna release.
There's 2,300 of this Amamamir airship. Do you see that? Do you see that airship there, bro?
Mhm.
That there that reminds me of the New Beginnings. Remember the New Beginnings box?
Yeah.
That reminds me of the New Beginnings. So they're bringing back, they're reminding you that the airship is a thing. They're reminding you about the New Beginnings. They're reminding you that this sneaker is definitely a thing. And this is the Amamanier, airship, and obviously it's got Amamanier on the tongue. this potentially could be this, and there's 2,300 pairs of this.
Yeah,
This
this
could
ain't gonna
potentially
release
be.
though.
I think it will drop in All-Star weekend, and it'll be a myth.
Not this. Nah. They gifted that.
You
That's how.
reckon?
That's yeah. I saw. I can't remember who it was, but I think it might have been James Whitnell. Looking at
Well,
his pair, but I
yeah,
don't think this is gonna
I
release. 2,300
this
pairs, bro.
this
Come on, man.
is
They
special.
can't do
Special.
that,
Well,
bro.
we've done it before. They've done it before.
Can't do that, bro.
There's a special edition Air
Can't do
Jordan
that, bro.
4. After
2,300.
yeah,
That's impossible, dog.
yeah.
There's more pairs of
We
trophy rooms than that.
and by the way, we saw the airship silhouette back in 2020 with during the NBA All
Yeah, the
Star
new
weekend.
beginners
The
pair.
airship.
Yeah.
Yep. So that was exclusive to Chicago, wasn't it as well? So
But that release
from
actually happened. I
yeah,
don't, bro. Come on, bro. They can't do this, bro. I don't want
this
them to. I don't want them.
this
I
is
want them to. I want them to give us another colorway and make it a real release, bro. Come on, 2,300 pairs, bro. How, bro?
yeah. So this is I think this is going to be another All Star weekend release this year, like next year. I mean, not this year. 2023. We're gonna and bro, the reason why as well is 20. Forget the 2023. 23.
Right. They always do that.
2,300 pairs. This is. I reckon this is going to be another All Star weekend release. And like let me just remind you what happened with the Jordan 2. The Jordan 2 is getting collab after collab after collab after collab. There's not a lot of there's a lot of Jordan 2 fans, but there's not a lot of Jordan people that pick up Jordan 2s outside that circle. Like the airship is not a very well known thing. We got the new beginnings, we got the band airship, which I really wanted. And I didn't get, which is fine. Now we've got the Amamania airship coming out, the royal blue colorway coming out, but also before that, months before that.
We've seen the green pair.
No. I'm gonna show you exactly what we saw. It's not only the green pair. Let me just try and find this because
I think I saw your yellow pair too.
there's 4 separate colorways coming out.
Yeah. I
There's
ain't
a
seen
yellow
the
pair,
orange
green pair, orange pair, the orange pair, and the blue pair. And that blue pair now is the Amamania pair.
I don't think so. I think we're gonna get a regular blue pair. We're gonna have that on my ears.
And it seems like we might get that in fall 2022, but I don't think that's realistic. That was predicted to be this November, December time. I think all of this is going to come out next year. I think the first sneaker to come out will be that Amamania sneaker, just to amp up the hype on the airship, and then people will end up picking these up. I think the airship is a replacement to the Jordan 1. This is why I think the Jordan 1 is going to semi-retire, and the airship is going to take that wave. That's my personal look at it.
I think releasing airships will work, but as far as it restoring the hype, I don't know, because dunks still exist. Like a lot of people stuck on dunks. That's what you gotta. For that to happen, you gotta knock off the dunk a little bit, because a lot of people converted from ones to dunks. You know, the pop people, they went from ones. When ones was at the top, they was wearing ones. When dunks started getting popular,
what's your opinion? What's your opinion? And if you don't know the airship was the official sneaker that actually the NBA banned. And then obviously that colorway, the bread colorway on the airship was the one that got banned. And if you knew the banned airship released a couple of years back, and obviously the PP, like I went in for the raffles for that because it had meaning to behind that, and that was the official sneaker that got banned. Then obviously the bread colorway was the one that got hyped. Jordan 1 bread was the one that got hyped commercially, and then people didn't regard the airship. But what's your feeling on the airship? What's your thoughts on the airship? Do you like it?
It's cool. I mean, I like the blue. I like the yellow.
Yeah.
Hell, I like all these good ones. It's just the shape on it.
Yeah, the shape is up.
But I ain't seen them on feet too tough either. Because they kind of they more 2-ish to me than they are 1-ish. If that makes
It's
sense.
like the in between. It reminds me more of a like leather Converse sneaker than it does of a normal Jordan 1 because Jordan 1's got extra paneling all over it. See
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
mean
saying?
this got a fair amount of overlays on it too, but I mean, I don't know about. We'll see. Because if they're available, I think they got the potential to catch on for sure with some of the dunk people. But
It's
because
it's
I
it's
I
not.
know
You know what
skate
it is?
we know skaters gonna get them, so
Yeah,
that
yeah.
we know historians gonna get them. Collectors gonna want them. At least a couple of the colorways. It's the casual people that's gonna that's gonna have to take it over the hype level. That's what it is. That's what takes
Yeah.
shit over that hype threshold. Is how many people that really don't know about sneakers know about
Hmm.
this sneaker. You know what I mean? Like you talk to chicks that they ain't sneakerheads by far, but they know what an off white four is.
I can
You know
I
what I'm
can I
saying?
can see I can see no, I can see non sneakerheads really going for this sneaker. To me, to be honest, it's got some appeal. I do believe like the I would want to see a on feet. I would want to kind of try and pick one up and see how it is, consider and compare it to the Jordan 1. I was hoping that the bread one or the band one the band airship was going to be in my rotation because that has a lot of meaning behind it. I didn't even mind that New Beginnings airship because
No,
it's
the
had
white and
it's
red one, yeah, that was dope.
yeah, that was dope. So it went really well with the Jordan 1 but New Beginnings. So from that perspective, this is the new hype, guys. If you're not in tune, this is the new additional wave to the Air Max 1s. The Air Max 1s is literally it's not dead. It's not that. It's like it's
It's
just there.
fading. It's
It's
fading.
fading. Yeah,
The only thing that's not fading at this point is dunks.
yeah. And also you got to remember the Jordan 1s are on basically the Chicago is a revival for the Jordan 1, and then it'll be a semi-retirement for the Jordan 1. I feel. Then Jordan 2s are Jordan 2s. Obviously, there's still some really good pairs out there. But this airship is the next big thing that Nike's gonna push. And we like when this first came out about a month or two ago, I was savvy to like, okay, cool, airship is the next push. And then I remember a teaser video came out this week, and then it was and basically was I to tease the fours and the airship. Yeah, then I knew there was a situation. Definitely knew it was a situation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see, man. Hopefully they come out dope. Cause
Yeah. I hope so. I'm interested. I'm intrigued. Not interested. I'm intrigued to see what the next thing is like. What the airship's gonna do to the market. What the airship's gonna do just in general.
yeah, I wanted to show you this. This is Bobby Wagner, NFL player, obviously great player. He been great for a long time too. Um, this guy is the king of Jordan cleats, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Please enjoy the footwork of Mr. Bobby Wagner. Can you hold on? Let me see if I can blow this
Hard
up.
to see it. Yeah, it's really hard to see.
Here,
What has he got on for?
these look like sevens. Sevens. Oh, my bad.
Okay.
Um, yeah,
Ooh. Yeah, I see.
yeah. I mean, this man ain't playing. Fives. Look at the fives. Green and blue fives, bro. That's when he played for Seattle. Black metallic fives. Tens. Green and blue tens.
Sheesh. He's really doing it.
Gold ones. I mean, Concords. Concords.
Who's actually doing these cleats for him?
Jordan. Yeah, Jordan athlete.
Okay, so basically, Bobby Wagner's basically got his connects to get him
All these
cleats for.
all these PEs. All these is PEs. I mean, look at this, bro. The Seattle 11. Imagine if they dropped that with the green bottom.
Yeah.
Imagine
Ooh.
if Jordan dropped that colorway, Seattle 11 with the
What's the shoe in the background, bro? It's got that lime green sole to it.
I have no idea.
That looks actually dope, bro.
Yeah, I do. But Seattle. Yeah, that's it. That's it on Bobby. I also want to just talk about this though real quick because I don't know why um, Nike let Stussy do this. Stussy, however you say it. I don't I
Yeah.
don't I don't appreciate this, bro. This is not what the Penny Two is supposed to do. It's lazy.
Yeah. Bro, it looks very lazy.
And
Okay.
I ain't cool with the materials either. I don't know what
Before we look at the last couple of subjects for this pod, because we're trying to keep it below 2 hours, there's something that you I want to show you, because basically I want to get your opinion on it before I say stuff on it, because basically it's something that Mr. Sean Weatherspoon has been doing recently. And what's your take on the Sean Weatherspoon Hot Wheels? Like, what's this is supposed to be the Adelaide 22 Adelaide slide. This is the first Adelaide, not the Adelaide 22. But also, he's got a lot more merch coming out with Hot Wheels, with like tops, bottoms, and all of that stuff. And also on top of that, we're getting this sneaker as well. I don't know if you can see it. Let me just stop sharing and share this again. Because we're also getting this sneaker here as well. This is the Sean
Yeah. I
Weatherspoon
saw that.
Hot Wheels Adidas Super Turf Adventure. What's your opinion, bro?
Nah,
I like
I
the
don't.
box.
I don't know.
I
Yeah,
like the box a lot.
The box hard. The slides cool. The merch is cool, but this right here is not cool.
I think I think
I don't get how that says Hot Wheels.
I think he's super attached himself to the Super Turf Adventure quite a bit, because isn't this like this? Isn't like he's done a lot of collaborations with the Super Turf recently as well.
I don't know.
So I do,
I don't.
I can understand what he's doing. He's still got his core. He's still got his core essence in it in terms of the straps, like when the removable logos. He's still got that from the Nike era where he had the 97 ones. Let's have a look. I don't know if you can hear this video, but this is what it looks like. Can you hear the video at all?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the Hot Wheels Adidas collaboration. And
It
ironically
looked
enough, it
cooler.
kind
It
of
looked cooler as a car to me than as a sneaker.
you know what would be dope if you could actually put those wheels and turn it into a skater shoe, or not skater, but what do you call it? What do you call
Heelys.
those? Yeah. But like, I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. It almost goes and touches back to what Adidas normally do with other kids stuff, which is like they do collaborations with like Jurassic Park and South Park and all of that stuff, and it
Yeah.
almost reminds me M&Ms, and it almost reminds me of another like little touch on kind of bringing
Lego.
back your childhood with Hot Wheels. Yeah, Lego and Hot Wheels. Now it's Hot Wheels.
They did a
Um,
big release with Lego, bro. I was like, what in the hell? How many shoes y'all got?
yeah,
God damn. And some of them was dope. I ain't gonna front the ZX. I think it was one of the whichever number ZX it was. That I know I kept seeing. They had a yellow one, a green one, a blue one. Did they have a
yeah.
red one? I know it was yellow, green, and blue. Those weren't bad,
The-
but like they went hard on that campaign, bro. Everywhere I turned around, I was seeing them damn Lego did because Lego is big shit, so you can't
yeah,
really die. It's kind of like how I was saying with Supreme. Like once Lego attached itself to that collaboration with Adidas, now Lego people want it. It ain't about
mm.
sneaker culture no more, whether we want it or not. People that love Lego gonna get that shit. You know what I'm saying?
So two things out of that. Number one, has, what's your thoughts on the collaboration? Number two, what's your thoughts on Sean Weatherspoon and how far he's progressed with Adidas?
I mean, he doing his thing. I can't say nothing about it. I mean, I don't like most of his stuff because of his. He's so off the wall. Like I don't get most of the stuff he do, but
Yeah,
it's working out for him. So shout out to him. I ain't got no hate for him. You know what I'm saying? Like he one of them guys. It seemed like he moved like he's supposed to move. Like you don't never hear nothing crazy about
yeah,
him.
yeah,
Doing something sneaky or sideways or this release went crazy or whatever the case is. Because since he went to Adidas, I mean, he'll never. I can't really see him at this point, based on what he's made, everything that he has done with Adidas so far. I can't see him making something that's gonna ever be as coveted as that Air Max is, though. Like he ain't gonna never
yeah.
be. He ain't gonna be able to catch that Air Max. Like that's
And
that's
the
cemented.
corduroy,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
that
cemented
cemented
as
his
the
legacy.
Grail status. You know what I mean? So like, unless he come back to
S-
Nike,
So,
he can
what I'm trying to
because
get at is,
Adidas let him do what he want to do. So why wouldn't he stay?
to be honest, to be fair, I do think his whole vegan range is dope. I do think he's culturally in tune to what's happening around us at this moment in time. So his whole all vegan shoes and all that stuff. I kind of
Hmm.
I respect that. I just, what is wrong with, without being disrespectful to Adidas, what is wrong over there? Because like Fear of God, we ain't seeing anything from from the guy from the Fear of God's range there. Sean Weatherspoon is doing his own thing, but he couldn't replicate the hype behind the Air Max or Air Max he did with 97.1. Um, obviously Yeezy's holding the branch, the olive leaf for the way forward and all their sales, and they're doing good numbers even when it's starting to get a bit played out. And it's like the prices on slides are dropping, the prices on farm runners are dropping because they keep restocking, which is fine. Then we have Pharrell Williams range, and they seem to sell out, but there's no real resale on them. There's no real hype on them like there was originally. What is happening with Adidas, bro?
I don't know. That's why. That's why I talk the way I talk about when Yeezy, when he bucked because he got it. Like
Yeah,
it's not like they broke. It ain't like they going through it. They just not. I mean, when was the last time Adidas, not Yeezy, actually released something that was not that they didn't have releases that weren't difficult stuff that wasn't hard to get because they have,
yeah,
but it's not at the height of resale during the pandemic. They wasn't they wasn't in there. Yeezy was there, but
yeah.
Adidas wasn't there. So
Bad
you
Bunny
got
is,
some rare collab like some rare ZX
yeah,
collabs that people covet. I know, but and some gazelles, but they're not in the general conversation really.
Yeah, even like Gucci, like I don't know why they did the Gucci gazelles, because gazelles sit and go and sell, and they're trying to brand it as a bigger thing than it was. I don't know if they're sold out. I need to check that. But like for me, Bad Bunny and Yeezy are the only two front runners. Bad Bunny sneakers sell out. The Forum
Well,
lows
yeah,
sell
yeah,
out.
Bad Bunny, yeah.
Yeah,
That was the
and
last big one, really.
the Bad Bunny, there's another Bad Bunny, all light blue Bad Bunny coming out. And then there's
Wow.
obviously the Yeezy still doing their thing, but it like I'm not. Let's take Nike out of the equation, because we can just say we can just say Nike all day long, right? And because Nike is the pinnacle of what the brands really want to kind of aspire to and overtake, because Nike is the leader at the market of that of casual streetwear market, in terms of
Sportswear,
shoes, sportswear.
the number one
Um,
sportswear brand in the world.
yeah.
Like
So
they've been that for a long time.
yeah, but like, let's just take Nike out of the equation. Adidas has got, let's just say, Adidas has got Bad Bunny, Kanye, Pharrell, Fear of God. Who's the Fear of God guy again? Sorry, can't keep forgetting
Jerry,
the name. Jerry
Jerry,
Lorenzo.
yeah.
Yeah, and then they've also got Sean Weatherspoon. So there's five artists, right?
They got Kerr and Frost now too.
Kevin Foster. Forgot about Kevin Foster. Six artists, six designer artists collaborations. Like just off the bat, just not even going delving into it. And you've got New Balance, which is probably the comparable company, and they got Joe Fresh Goods, and there's so much hype on Joe Fresh Goods. So every
Hmm.
time his sneaker releases, there's so much hype,
Hmm.
and it almost feels like New Balance is like creeping up behind Adidas, and it's like, okay, let's alley oop. It's like it's gonna be a situation where New Balance alley oop both
Think so?
Kanye.
Oh no, oh, because New Balance they got to do it with apparel too, and they gonna count
Yeah,
it
yeah,
if they
yeah,
do
yeah.
it with
They,
apparel
they
too.
have to, they have to.
Oh,
But I feel like they're building something. They're building something they're building a platform to jump off and to trampoline from.
because Adidas got the three stripes, bro. Like,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
I'll say this, as iconic as the Nike logo is, them I think the three stripes are more recognizable, and you see them,
yeah,
you
yeah,
notice them. You know what I mean? Because it's down your arm, it's down your leg. You know what I mean? Like
yeah. But as
as far as
Marcel,
apparel is concerned, like New Balance, I don't think New Balance will ever be able to
no,
catch up with Nike and Adidas on that part, because Nike always making some shit right, some different, some simple, some crazy, some normal. Like they got so many different flavors. Adidas do too, but you Adidas tracksuits been the shit for
yeah.
what, 80 years.
Yeah. That's blame the Russians for that, bro. but
You
but
know,
but like basically, what the way I look at it is, apparel wise, yes, I'd say that's correct. And also, Marcel always kind of emphasizes that Adidas have their sporting range, had their stuff that they do with
yeah,
like outside
teams.
football team stuff as well. So that's always going to be a situation. But when we're talking about just barefaced sneakers, it feels like New Balance. We are talking about New Balance like we were talking about NMDs at the start, and then the middle phase, and it feels like, to me, New Balance is building a platform, not just well, New Balance has always been a staple in the States, but it's now becoming a staple worldwide. And I think they're building a platform to elevate themselves from. So it feels like that's the next movement from New Balance. But it also does feel like they are ready to challenge Adidas in the next couple of years,
Hmm.
and they might even up the apparel. I don't know. That could be a situation. They need to get themselves into different sports, like Adidas are or Nike are. That's the next major step.
But their thing is running shoes. So I don't really see where they can fit. I mean, they tried with well, they are trying with Kawhi Leonard, but
Yep.
he ain't gonna be enough to make that big of a dent in the basketball market. So they on the outside looking in on that. I'm they probably do make cleats, but how many football teams you see wearing New Balance? I've never seen it. You know what I'm saying?
And
So
I feel this is where the platform's been set now.
yeah,
They've got themselves a basketball player. They've got themselves a Joey Fresh because that they've got hype with. They now can like start stepping up and stepping up and stepping up and advancing the profits they have into different areas, different sectors to
they
kind of
gotta
increase
they gotta
the coverage.
diversify.
Yep.
They gotta
It
diversify, but
almost.
I don't know if they need to though, because they I mean they killing the running thing. Like that's what they do,
If long-term
and
plan,
that
we're
and
talking.
that's a whole nother that's a whole nother competition pool too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They already
I
competing
understand,
with
but along,
with professional running shoe companies. You know what I mean?
yeah, but also you got to remember the long-term plan. Which from a short-term aspect, yeah, they're doing well. From a long-term plan, the long-term plan is to constantly keep competing and be that company that challenges the top brands, and that's what they need to do. Like it almost reminds me of Under Armour and
Yeah.
what they're doing with Steph Curry and The Rock. The Rock has got his Under Armour merch. Steph
Hmm.
Curry's got his basketball sneakers. Their merch is pretty
Rock got a
dope. Like
brand.
Under Armour.
They both branded now.
Yeah, yeah, they're
Steph,
both branded,
you
which is
know,
great.
his own brand,
Yeah,
and Rock got his own brand.
yeah, and the Under Armour merch is the thing. Under Armour apparel is pretty decent for weightlifting and for the sectors that they're doing, which is
No, yeah,
great because they've.
Under Armour doing real good with apparel. I see
Yeah,
people wearing Under Armour all the time.
yeah, and that the apparel needs to transverse into like this. It's almost the opposite of a New Balance. The apparel is pretty more doper than the shoes. But
Yeah,
Curry's trying to. There was a phase when Steph Curry was around, and well, when he first started getting really more popular, and his shoes were doing numbers. And they almost like there was some really dope shoes when he was winning trophies with Golden State Warriors. And that is where they haven't kind of upped it, and now we're more associated with apparel. This is where like, I feel there's if the ideal situation, I'm not saying this is ever going to happen. If those New Balance and Under Armour merged into one company, because their sectors, what they do is premium. Like New Balance has got their shoes, Under Armour have got the apparel. If they were one company, not which should never happen, if or potentially never happen. If they were one company, they could potentially compete massively. But like they're good at pitch like Under Armour pigeonhole themselves into apparel, and New Balance to pigeonhole themselves into sneakers. But like it's almost like they needed to be united to kind of take them. That New Balance need to do what Under Armour's doing with clothing and apparel, and Under Armour need to do what New Balance are doing with sneakers and shoes and stuff like that and trainers. That would make them take them to the next level. And when we talk levels, now Adidas is at that level where they have sneakers and they have apparel, and Nike's are like at the pinnacle where they have really good collaborations and sneakers, and they have really good apparel as well to come with the releases. That's the levels these two brands need to get to, and that's where I feel like if they wanted to really step up, that's what they'll be looking doing their research into and kind of developing that marketing focus and design focus in.
well, I'm pretty sure they are. I mean, like we saw, we definitely saw a push from Puma to get into basketball, and they did,
Yeah.
and it's working. You know, they got Melo.
Oh,
He's selling
but the
well.
thing is, like with Puma, they've got the apparel. The Puma apparel is dope, right? If you've not seen
Yeah.
Puma
But
apparel, yeah,
I'm just referencing the fact that they decided we finna get in the NBA space, and
yeah.
they did, and it worked, and players are actually wearing their shoes on a nightly basis.
In
You know what I mean?
in terms of progress, in terms of just the progress levels, when you look at when you look what Puma's doing, they're like a couple of years ahead of what New Balance and what Under Armour falls like slightly behind New Balance, because it's almost, when you talk about the shoe stuff, we talk about sneakers.
I think Under Armour, they not behind Puma. Nah, Puma trying to catch up
You
with
reckon?
Under Armour. Yeah, Puma and New Balance are the newest additions to the basketball space. Like for Under Armour been kicking ass in the basketball space for a while with Steph Curry. Think about how
Yeah.
many shoes. First of all, think about how many shoes he got. He doing retros now.
I'm actually thinking, what I'm actually thinking of is the joint, not just sneakers, just the apparel. Like for me, Puma's the new hype in terms of basketball range with the Melo balls, right? And
Yeah,
that's a new thing. That remind you might be you actually are spot on. So I apologize, you are spot on, because what Melo ball's doing is what Steph Curry did years ago
right.
with the hype. So, but what it really feels to me is they've got the marketing tactic. Obviously, they're trying to. Well, they've got they've dedicated a basketball range, to Puma, dedicated basketball range. But I do believe, yeah, you're right on this one. You're definitely right on this one. Puma chasing New Balance. No, Puma chasing Under Armour, in that forum. But also, I do believe that New Balance, don't need New Balance there or thereabouts, but the apparel needs to be way spot more on, and they need to kind of branch out to different avenues, just not just runners, if they
But
want to be taken seriously outside of different sectors.
yeah, I mean, like I said, they went in with Kawhi on the basketball side. I don't know how well that's working because
Not well at the moment. Not well at the moment.
I don't know how many people, like as far as the sneaker culture. I know people ain't really paying too much attention to the Kawhis, but as far as the basketball culture is concerned, how many people are actually buying the shoe to go play basketball in? People that like New Balance running shoes will buy your basketball shoe because they trust the brand to actually go hooping. So they gotta give the people that want to hoop in New Balance options to be able to do that. You know what I mean?
Did you see what happened to the pass the
So
torch
like
Kawhi?
with Puma, see with Puma, hold on, hold on. With Puma, they use the cheat code, right? They had Jay-Z. So
Yeah,
Jay-Z being who he is, of course he gonna be able to get players that want to sign up to wear Puma basketball shoes. They did
I was gonna
campaigns,
mention that.
they dropped colorways. Next thing you know, signature athlete, and they rolling. That was only a couple years ago when they got into basketball space, maybe 2019 or 20. I
Yeah,
think it was
yeah.
19, 19 that 1920 season when they. I mean, everybody was wearing the Puma basketball shoes. And Jay Z was behind that shit. They was on the video game. They had commercials. They was online promoting. Like they did what they had to do. New Balance needs to get on the grind, because if they can make, I mean, it ain't like nobody finna go out there and hoop in 550s and 650s, right? That's their Air Force One.
Hmm.
That's their dunk. That's their Jordan One of the basketball range. You know what I mean? That's your old school basketball shoe. Give us more than the Kawhi shoe. You know what I mean? Make a dope Puma basketball, a dope New Balance basketball shoe,
Yeah.
and then do collabs with that. Let Joe Fresh Goods do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for me, by the way, it's 2018. You're spot on. You
18.
was close. You're really close. Yeah, 2018. Jay-Z's named Puma basketball creative director, and it kind of
But
that was definitely the cheat.
it was the next season where everything actually took off. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that was the pinnacle moment when if you were around, you realized that they were taking the basketball range seriously. Um, Puma's dope. Like I think they're moving dope moves, but at this
I mean,
moment in
they had
time,
Nipsey. You know,
yeah,
so
at this moment in time, right this moment in time, everybody's fighting for that third spot. That between the contenders at this moment in time, I'm gonna tell you that now. You got Nike and Jordan. You got Adidas and Yeezy. We can definitely say top two brands. Yeah,
right.
top two brands at this moment in time as we speak. That third place is being fought with New Balance, Under Armour, Puma, Reebok, which they need to do some stuff. They need to move. I can't remember. Is there anybody else you reckon that's competing for that third spot?
Nah, that's about it.
Yeah.
That's about it.
So and from my perspective, New Balance and Puma, New Balance is New Balance is taking that spot slightly on third, just with what they're doing with the sneakers and your fresh goods, but Puma aren't far behind, and Under Armour aren't far behind. But there's definitely a shake up between them in terms of like who's going to take that third spot, who's going to be that third company to challenge Yeezy and Kanye and Adidas.
Hold on, let me check something out because I'm sitting here doing all this.
What do you guys feel? What do you guys feel? Just like give your thoughts. Let's know what you feel, because like that's the way I look at it at this moment in time. From a whole perspective, we can tell New Balance is outdoing Yeezy. New Balance is outdoing Adidas in terms of their sneakers, but we're talking about it from a whole perspective. We're talking about it from like clothing. To advancing levels, clothing, merchandise, sneakers, everything. Because we know
Like,
like
bro,
New
this
Balance, Puma,
this ain't it.
Puma, and
This
New
ain't
Balance
it
are
right
definitely
here.
on their push. Yeah, is that the Kawhi?
This ain't it. Nah, two-way V2. This ain't it, bro. Make something else. Give us something better than that. That ain't gonna work. But see, they got
Is
550s
this
in here. Ain't nobody going to
is
hoop in 550s. You know what I mean?
Kawhi Leonard injured at the moment?
He's supposed to be coming back this year.
Yeah,
This is
so
the question.
you
This ain't bad.
might see
I would hoop in this. You see what I'm saying?
you might see you might see some basketball hype bring back with, especially with Kawhi back on the pit on the court. So you might see that. You might see that. But if you guys get what we're talking about, it's from a we're talking about a company perspective of how to elevate yourself to the next level to challenge the top brands. And when we're talking about sporting brands, we're talking about Nike and Adidas, and how New Balance are going to take that step to predominantly be competing not only with Adidas, but constantly compete with Nike. And that's the big thing. That's the big step. That's where the investment comes through. I think that's dope. I think that's nice.
I just said that, bro. This is the Joe Freshly is Kawhi.
Yeah.
You know,
So I do feel I'm interested to see what happens with the brands. Is interesting to see the development of these brands, of how they want to compete, what they want to go into, what they're competing, what the merchandise is. So like the pin, like I said, the pinnacle is always going to be Nike and sportswear and sports branding. Whenever they look, you can check their collaboration and the collaboration releases for the merchandise. It's dope. The Travis Scott Air Max One collaboration clothing was dope. The Emma Meunier was kind of cool. So there's a lot with the PSG. The PSG collaborations always come with merchandise. This is dope. I like what Nike do. And that's the levels that other brands need to get to.
yeah. Hopefully they'll be able to catch on.
That was a deep dive. I think last subject of the day. I wanna get, before we go and do what we always do at the end of the chat at the end of the channel, is this. What do you think? What do you think of this, bro? This is something it came out yesterday or the day before. I'm just gonna go and share this. This is the Bape Marvel
Mm,
collaboration.
that's hard.
You feeling
That's
it?
hard.
What's your
Yeah.
best pair out of that? You got the captain. Look,
Probably
you got Iron Man, Captain America, Hulk, Black Widow, Thor, and
the
Rocket Raccoon.
Rocket. The Rocket's dope, but that them black widows. I think is my favorite pair out of those
Yeah.
out of the pack.
To be honest, I like all of them, and I think this is a dope collaboration. I feel the Rocket Raccoon. I like it. It's that black and cream colorway. I do like the Iron Man and the Captain America. The Thor one's dope. The Black Widow's dope, and even the Incredible Hulk one is dope. So this is supposed to be coming out soon. I think there's a lot of hype behind this, not only from the Marvel, and I hope the boxes come this way as well. So you see the back of the comic strip. I hope the box comes with the comic strip like they did with the Vans, like the Marvel Vans.
Mhm.
But like the whole collaboration is up. There's a lot of hype behind this, bro. A lot of the hype, just not from just sneakerheads, not from Bape or Bape stars, but also the Marvel people. They all want this. Literally, all want this. I said, essentially, isn't this an Air Force One?
Mhm.
Air Force One Marvel. This is officially the Bape start of Air Force One Marvel collaboration. It's dope. I like it. I do like it a lot. It's not something that I will pick up and wear myself, but I already got requests from people to about trying to pick these up for them. So I was like, all right, cool, yeah, that's fine. If I can, I will. But I like it. I think it's dope. Definitely dope. What's your just general opinion on that?
They cool, man. I mean, people that I know, we know people still love Bape, so they dope for them. I ain't on them. I'm good.
Okay, last last but not least, you had something happen to you this week that you want to discuss.
Um, I thought about taking this situation to court, but I said no, nah. And I had to come to terms with myself. This happened to me. So I have to talk about it on the podcast because I wasn't gonna mention
Okay.
it, but I have to talk about it. Um, Amongst other things that happened this week, it's been a crazy week. But I went to a couple of the local resale stores last week,
Yeah.
last Monday. Yeah, last Monday, because I got a bunch of pairs I'm trying to sell. I ain't trying to make no money. I just want to get rid of them, right? Because I ain't gonna wear them.
Hmm.
So I get lowballed at both stores pretty much because I'm asking retail, right? At the one store, I got lowball real bad, real bad. So I know what I'm talking about, right? Because I had to tell the guy, he trying to explain to me. I'm like, bro, you ain't gotta say all that. I know the game. You know what I'm saying? I ain't
Yeah.
some rookie or some newbie. I'm not a reseller. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not trying to come in here and get rich. I just want to get rid of these shoes for what I paid for 'em. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even a little bit less if it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? But he lowballed me so far to where there was no room to negotiate. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just his offer was out of the question.
Okay.
So and I didn't necessarily feel insulted or nothing. I kind of expected it, especially with the market being what it is right now. But at the same time, he just you trying to get me to pay your light bill now. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I don't know how well you doing. I don't know how well the business doing, but your overhead ain't ain't coming out my pocket. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
anyway, when I left the store, I went to StockX because one of the pairs is electro orange ones. I went to StockX to check the price to make sure that I knew what I was talking about before I went into this next store, right?
Yeah.
So you can see the initial page, and you press the button one time, you can see the taxes, and you can
Yeah.
press it again, and see the actual price of purchase, right? So I'm like, these motherfuckers want to nitpick and lowball me. We can go all the way to the final price. You know what I'm saying? If
Did you,
somebody
would
was
you, would
willing
you,
to
thi-
have that conversation.
do you think they would to quote you the sale price, the last sale price, or we do because sometimes the resellers look at the last sale price on StockX and not what the actual price is listed.
Right. All that. I'm ready to have the conversation, but I want to make sure I know what I'm talking about because I know I did the research. You know what I mean, on all the pairs I had. So and only one of them was no, two of them were below retail, but they were below retail on the sale side, not on the buy side. This dude was trying to negotiate me from the sale side, and that's how I knew what he was saying didn't make sense. Cause that's why he
Yeah.
lowball. He basically was trying to give me $100 a shoe, and these are all brand new pairs in the box. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, nah,
Yeah.
bro, that ain't nowhere near. Cause I know I see where you negotiating from. You negotiating from the wrong side, and I'm not finna sit here and have a debate on your selling theories to try to convince you to buy these shoes. I'll hold them for that. You know what I mean? Or I'll try somewhere else or whatever the case is. You know what I mean? Anyway, long story short, I accidentally bought a pair of electro orange ones.
What from the resale store?
No, on StockX.
Why? Why, bro?
I was driving. I was at the light. I was at the light, and I had the phone in my hand. And when the light turned green, I went to put the phone down, and my finger accidentally hit the last button, that purchase button.
You're getting this, bro. You're
Mhm.
getting this accidental cop.
Yeah. So now I'm like, oh shit, did I actually just purchase this shoe? I go try to cancel it. Nope, you can't cancel on StockX.
Nope, you can't.
So now it came yesterday. It came surprisingly fast. I'm not
Yeah.
even gonna open the box. It's going back. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna send it back in that same package because I'm trying to get rid of my pair of electro orange ones. What the fuck I need with
Can
another
you
pair of electro orange
can you
ones?
return sneakers off on StockX
You should be able to.
without a
We never
justified
even.
reason?
Yeah, it was a mistake. That's the reason.
That's just a justification. I pressed the button by accident.
Exactly. That's what happened. I didn't mean to buy the shoe. I got the shoe. I want to sell mine, but I
Mhm,
ain't gonna sell it on y'all platform because I'm gonna get robbed. I might have would have gave it to the dude at the store for $100,
mhm.
but
I can't believe.
that ain't the value. You know what I mean? Like the face to face value is on par with the actual market. You know what I mean? When you trying to sell online, unless you on eBay or offer up or Poshmark or something like that, you ain't trying to sell on StockX, bro, and go Flight Club where they set the market, quote unquote. You ain't gonna nah,
I can imagine how what you was feeling when you saw that purchase.
bro.
You must be pissed, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little sad right now. It ain't. I was pissed initially, but I was more in disbelief than I was in anger. You know what I mean? It's like how in the fuck
Okay, so how much did you end up paying for those electric oranges, bro?
242,
Two.
and this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. I'm trying to.
Two
I'm
forty
trying to.
two, bro.
I'm trying to get rid of mine for retail, and I accidentally bought a pair for $240 fucking dollars.
Hold on. How
But
much?
if I'm
How
retail
much
is
is retail?
183.
180.
Yeah,
fuck's sake, bro.
Yeah.
You pay $50 more.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what to say to you, bro. That's cruel. That's cruel.
Hey, man.
That is. You must have lost your mind when that happened.
I wanted to, but I was driving. I was,
Ah.
I only looked at my phone really when I was at the light because I'm trying to figure out like what the fuck going on. Like trying to figure out if I can actually cancel it, but you can't.
Just reach to StockX. Reach out to StockX and just say
Then what?
I
They know.
listen.
Come on, bro. We know
Did,
how they get out.
are you gonna say? I don't know if you're gonna get your
Figured it
money
back.
back, bro.
I
Hey?
hope so. I ain't touched the shoe. Like I don't want it. I mean, we gonna see, bro. We gonna see. We get to the
Yeah,
bottom. But
you
actually, today, when we get off the podcast, I'm gonna, because tomorrow, I could just drop it off at the post office or
yeah, you
UPS.
need to you need to let us know what happens with that situation, and you need to
Uh,
maybe make a video about that as well, because just in case, like how when you accidentally cop a sneaker and you send it back to StockX. That would be good. Not only would that be good content, but it's a good look into how StockX perform in business, because I think you can send sneakers back on eBay. I think you can. You can cancel.
yeah,
You can definitely cancel orders on eBay, but they'll charge you. They'll
but
give you a
you're not gonna get a gauge on the market value. That's the thing about StockX. That we always reference StockX. You can get a baseline on value, but I mean, when you look at other sites, it's normally around the same thing, if not exactly the same as StockX. So
yeah
it, you can believe that for the most part, but on eBay, ain't no telling what type of prices you'll see. It'll be the same
yeah
exact shoes, same exact. Brand new. Somebody got it for 250. Somebody else got it for 400. Because
yeah.
you make your own price. So
It's gonna be interesting to give your money back. I'm definitely interested to hear what that was a shoot yourself in the foot moment, bro. Like it's
yeah,
just
literally,
ah. I would be
literally,
annoyed if that happened. I would really be annoyed if that happened.
yeah, man. It's a shoe I don't want.
Is the electric orange still sitting in the UK in the US
Nah, hell no. That shoe flew off the shelf.
for electric orange?
Yeah,
You might still be able to get your money back if you offered it out for the price you pay for it.
nah, I doubt it.
Shit. Sorry to hear it, bro. Sorry to hear it. That is not a good situation to be in. And you look really upset with yourself for doing it. I don't know why I'm laughing. I'm just nervously laughing away here, bro, because like I would just be so annoyed if that happened to me.
Yeah,
Oh,
it is what it is.
that's you look, bro. You live and you learn. You live and you learn. Yeah.
Yeah, it won't happen again. Believe that shit. It will not happen again. No, no. Will not
The
happen
moral
again.
of the story is don't go to the final purchase page because you might accidentally press the buy button when you don't want to. Shall we do this, bro?
Yeah, man, let's do it.
When resale is too high.
Damn resellers. Order.
When hype beats go too far.
These damn hype beasts. Order in the court. Order.
When the back door opens.
Guilty.
It's time for
Order in the court.
the sneaker court of public
Guilty.
opinion.
We're back. Okay. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to see what weaponry you picked up this week, because you always come with something different. So, Mr. Executioner, what have you got today this week?
Today,
Scissors.
we're gonna cut the final threads of the resale game, raping all the the loyal sneakerheads of their retail pairs. We cut the final strings this past week with the 13 release and the 14 release. So
All right, cool. So today's sneaker court, sneaker court public opinion. I'm going to bring what I've we talked about at the beginning of the show because there's nothing else that warrants the disgraceful reputation of this. There's nothing that basically outdoes this at this moment in time. We have court cases lined up, but there's only one today, and it's dedicated to Balenciaga because you must be Gaga to buy a set of shoelaces to put in your earrings. And charge them £195, which is $250 of your hard-earned money to put a £6.99 or £5.99 lace in your ear, and you can do this yourself. There's no branding on that shoelace. Maybe the tips have got Balenciaga on them. They don't.
they don't.
That's even worse. You are not going to see that as a Balenciaga earring. People are probably going to think that your face is a foot so they can step on it. Right? This is not. This is supposed to be a household fashion statement for you guys. What are you going to do when you see somebody wearing that? Guys, what are you going to do when you see somebody having shoelace earrings, a bow tie on their ears to represent? Okay, cool. I understand fashion statements for shoelaces. Look, you can do this yourself. I don't have an issue with you wearing shoelaces for earrings, but I have a problem with the price range. This should be £10. This should be £20. This should be $30. This should not be $250 or £195. This is some BS. This is absolutely ridiculous. And this goes hand in hand with the higher brands keep pushing out, keep emphasizing, and it's, you know what, it's really fun to see because we can kind of ridicule them. But there's people out there that are wearing those de-stressed Converses, those ripped label logo mid questions. The Chuck Taylors.
Tuck Taylor.
Yeah, exactly. There are people wearing this, and there are people representing this because it's high-end fashion. It's the thing to do. They ridicule Kanye West for his actions in terms of which I don't deem a problem at all with what he's done, how he's done it, how he's actually did the release. They ridicule the crazy guy, or what they regard as the crazy guy in the media, because he's put all his clothing into a construction bag and not even a rubbish bag. But they turn a blind eye to the bullshit, the absolute hypocrisy of what the high-end brands are doing to give you a shoelace, a pair of shoelaces that you can actually get for $10, for £195, and yet this is not covered in the news. So on that charge, bro, it's guilty for all the high-end brands for continuously pushing out their bullshit and expecting people that don't know better to buy it. Like, why? I don't understand. And Mr. Executioner, with your scissors, please do go around chopping everybody's shoelaces that you see in their ears if they're Balenciagas. And guys, if you can do it, that's the punishment. Maybe, guys, if you can do this yourself, and if you can actually kind of engineer a shoelace, I'm going to give you an example, like I did at the start of the channel. I'm going to give you a prime example what you can do, and if you want the link to this, I will give it to you, because you can design your own I'm not even calling them Balenciaga anymore. I'm going to call them Balenciaga, because this is absolutely crazy. Like, Gaga, this is literally crazy. And that's the same shoelace, bro. Practically, that's the same shoelace. 3M. You can actually have reflective earrings. Get this. Do it to what you want, and literally you can get the smallest Exactly, bling bling, and it's $5.99, guys. $5.99. You can even interwove it up your earlobe, down your earlobe, all over your earlobe, and actually make it better than some bullshit like this.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's my that's absolute. Bro, like,
Yeah.
what's wrong with these brands? What's wrong with these high-end brands, bro?
That's just yet another flag on the play from Balenciaga. I mean, if we gotta be, you ain't
The-
used to it. I'm used to it. It's funny. It's funny
yeah,
now. It's starting to become funny to me
of
because
course, it's funny, bro.
what they gonna do next? You know? Like
I said it. I said it already.
this
Midsole
coming,
earmuffs.
this this coming from behind the trash bag uh purse or whatever the hell,
Yeah.
and the winter collection with shorts in it.
What people don't realize, and this is what I'm gonna say. What I'm gonna say is, what you guys don't realize is basically they're taking the mick out of you. They're basically saying at a high end level that we can sell you anything and put our name on it and you will buy it. But not that the Supreme brand is renowned for doing that, but Supreme is a bit different to the high end brands because at least with Supreme they give you something that's whole and complete, and they put their name on it, like maybe their luggage or maybe their baseball bat or a brick, or we just seen a Rolex watch, right? But with Mason Margiela, they'll stick glue all over it and expect you to buy it. They'll rip out the name and expect you to buy it. With Balenciaga, they'll get a bin bag, put their name on it, and expect you to buy it. They'll give you a set of earrings that probably cost about £10 or £15 to manufacture, put their name on it, and expect you to buy it. And you can't even see their name. We can go on, bro, because this is ridiculous. Like, it's funny. It's so ridiculous. It's actually quite funny now. Because they're basically saying we will put our name on anything and you will buy it because it's Balenciaga, because it's Gucci, because it's Mason Margiela, because it's this or that, Louis Vuitton. Not even disrespecting Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton do actually pretty decent kind of merch, and what do you call it? Their apparel is really good. But let's take Louis Vuitton out of that because they're pretty decent. But bro, like, it's like. It's literally the bigger brands, high end fashion brands saying, "Lap it up, guys, because we're just gonna give you this bullshit and you're still gonna buy it." And it's ridiculous. To me,
I ain't buying that shit.
and you know what? It's definitely not for us. Definitely not for us, bro. Definitely not for the casual sportswear wearer. It's definitely just absolutely. And the thing is, like, especially when they do it with sports brands like Reebok with that Mason Margiela or with that Chuck Taylor. Like, you let that happen. You let that happen. How? How do you let that happen?
Just for the look
And
of it.
yeah, and the thing is, and you guys are guilty for that. And bro, bring out that Shoe Dog book, bro, because you guys are guilty for allowing these high-end brand fashion consortiums taking over and letting them do this to your product, to disgracefully do this to your product, and allowing them to collab with you guys just because it's a high-end fashion. Not everything's good in terms of high-end fashion. There's some good stuff, but not everything's gonna increase your reputation or hype, or it'll take you to that next level. It's almost them taking the piss out of you by doing that to your sneaker or to your apparel, because they don't respect it. Look, bro, they don't respect it enough to kind of let you have the Chuck. Bro, imagine a Chuck Taylor, Balenciaga, or whatever. You can do a Gucci Chuck Taylor, but you don't need to rip holes in it, make it. Oh, how did that not make the news, bro? How did that not make the news? And Kanye made the news this week. How did that Chuck Taylor not make the news this week? Like, I don't understand that. Like, you want to really dress up You know what is even worse, bro, is the fact that there's people out there that are struggling out here wearing the essentials, the necessities for to live, that actually have shoes like that because they can't afford to buy sneakers to live, but yet brands are out here producing absolute disgraceful sneakers like that and selling them for that much to people that are that can afford it. Let's just say afford it, but you don't help the people that are actually struggling. That's ridiculous to me. That's ridiculous, bro. You're taking the piss. You're literally laughing at society. You are. All your bigger brand, higher brand, you are laughing at people with your absolute disgracefulness. You're basically saying you want to see QC, you want to see the QC code and your glue stains. We're gonna give you a sneaker with all glue stains over it because this is how we do it. We want to have a laugh. All right, it might be funny. We thought mischief was bad.
Hmm.
you the bigger brand, the bigger brands take it to a different level, bro.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
for that, you guys are guilty. You guys are definitely guilty for all your absolute bullshit behavior. Guilty. And
When resale is too high.
Damn resellers. Order.
When hype beats go too far.
These damn hype beasts. Order in the court. Order.
The back door opens.
Guilty.
It's time for
Order in the court.
the sneaker court of public opinion.
Guilty.
yo, bro,
I had to hit the button on you, bro. You was you was boiling over. You was boiling over a little
yo,
bit. I
I was
had
getting
to chill
annoyed.
you out. I had to chill you out for a second. Wait, hold on.
I was really getting annoyed.
We get too serious, bro. We need to get out of court
Yeah.
for this man.
No. I was literally getting annoyed because basically, like, like for me, it was almost like disrespectful to you're basically I can't see any other way but disrespect for what people buy. And like if that money was going, if that Chuck Taylor money was going back to the homeless people to kind of help them, then and to equalize normality, if there was a meaning behind that, like almost like, oh yeah, and this sneaker came out a long time ago, like with at the end of this year, at the beginning of this year, or a couple of like at least 3 or 4 months ago. So like if you were normalizing that sneaker and saying everybody's equal, and you're saying this sneaker we designed because we recognize there's homeless people out there, we want to make sure people buy this sneaker, we can donate that money to the homeless people, to a charity to actually help people, the homeless people, then I would respect this way more. But you basically saw a design option, a concept, or you saw that you could basically take a homeless looking sneaker that's worn, ripped to bits, and sell it for however much you sell it for. Was it $500, $600, $700 or whatever it was, or
Yeah,
even more
something
than
like
that potentially? Yeah, and then you can just sell it to the people that believe in your brand and believe in your actual that actually can afford to buy it, and you basically profiteering off, it's profiteering of people that are struggling, and I don't respect that at all, bro.
yeah. So we gonna get Balenciaga on out of here once again, bro. Because every
Once again, bro.
time
Once again.
every time they do something, anytime they do something that really gets attention, it's something goofy. It's never anything good.
Is it goofy, or is it being a culture vulture? Because who's gonna buy that shoelace earring if it isn't for sneakerheads that can get their afford to?
Somebody gonna buy it. They already selling. If they out
Yeah,
already, I'm pretty sure they done sold something already. People gonna buy that
yep.
shit, bro, because they ain't thinking about it from certain perspectives. And it's Balenciaga. It is the name. You know what I'm saying? And people that don't that know people that are in that world gonna know what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's like wearing a sneaker from 2007 around. Most people gonna assume that it's a new shoe, but a sneaker head gonna be like, oh shit, ain't them the ones dropped 07, right? You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised in the future if they released a sneaker that was midsole cracked. And I'm not talking about Virgil's inspiration behind the Jordan 2 Low, that's stable enough to wear. I'm talking about a sneaker that's absolutely midsole cracked, and they released that, and you can only wear it a couple of times before it blows on your feet. I will not be surprised if they do that. I will not surprise me, bro. Will not surprise me at all if they did that. A sneaker that is basically crumbling.
Yeah. Hey man, I mean, mischief making shoes that they want you to destroy. They going these are fashion brands gonna end up taking that idea and flipping it upside down and giving you a busted ass
And
shoe.
maybe we should. Maybe I know we're not big enough yet for the brands to see our channel at the moment, but like we should not give them extra ideas, bro, because like like what would be the tipping point for you? What would be like anybody that's listening to this as well? What would be the tipping point for you where you think now it's gone too far?
I'm already there. Shit.
You really?
Yeah, most of this stuff. I mean, like obviously they got regular looking stuff. I mean, they got designer looking stuff, but stuff like this. I mean, it's too far, bro. That's an Asics, bro.
Yeah,
It's an Asics. You know what I mean? Like this is too fucking far, bro. What in the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? It's
Oh,
too far.
it almost, yeah, it almost looks like a Yeezy, elevated Yeezy, to be
It
honest.
looks like a tire,
Yep,
bro.
yep.
It's like a truck tire wrapped halfway around the damn shoe. Like,
Oh,
come on,
you know what?
bro.
Actually, it does look like I think the inspiration behind that was if you see an NMD, NMD's got continental grips, which is
Yeah,
tire
rubber.
grips. Yep. So this is basically an elevated version of that. Like this is why they
Shit
give
look
you
like
that
a
additional
fucking
grip.
hover tank or something, bro. Like, yeah, but anyway, I don't want to
I
talk about Detroit no more, man.
yeah. It's I high end fashion and streetwear. It's two different universes, bro. It's
Yeah,
two different universes. I don't understand it. They probably don't understand us.
it's cool. I'm good.
Let's leave it
Yeah,
there. Let's leave it there.
I
And if
think
and apologize if you do like those shoelace earrings. Don't waste your money, guys. Just go and make it yourself. It's easy.
yeah,
Balenciaga did it. You can do it too.
yeah. Even if you do like them, they ain't worth 200. You know what I mean?
No, $250 for you guys. 179 for us.
Right. They ain't worth it. They're
Yeah.
not worth
Bro, on that note, bro, like I'm still upset with with that shoelace earring.
it.
You know what it is. That brings back the whole memories with everything else that's the high end brands have been doing. Like it's and they get away with it because they can, because they've got enough resources to fight any legal actions, especially against Nike, Reebok, Adidas. They've probably got the same lawyers.
Mm.
So
Hey,
and you get
I
Cool
just
Kai, and you get Cool Kai prosecuted for what he's doing.
another day, man. These people
Another
gonna
day.
they gonna keep doing it, bro. Like I can't wait to see what they come up with next. For real.
We
I
should
can't wait.
we should put a little prediction out and see what we feel the brat next thing is. We've seen Chuck Taylor. Oh, all right,
Probably just gonna
we'll think about it.
yeah, probably just gonna be another outlandish looking sneaker like this damn monster truck shit.
Oh no, I can definitely see it. The one wear sneaker, you wear it once, it's over and done with.
I'll put it past
On
them.
that note, do you wanna count us down? Because it was an interesting episode. We covered a couple of good subjects. We didn't do lose choose or dump. You know what? Let's do this. Let's do this quickly. Let's do this quickly for you. Well, a quick one that's just come to my head. Loose shoes or dump? Gucci, right? Balenciaga, Mason Margiela. Who are you choosing to lose, choose or dump, bro? I'm not even included Dior in that. Who are you losing and choosing and dumping?
Dumping out 3 of them motherfuckers. Shit. Ain't choosing none of that. Dump,
And on
triple dump.
triple dump, there you go. First time. And I'll agree with that. We're gonna move on, and we're gonna call it. We're gonna call this shit up. Triple dump.
I knew he was about to do that shit. I knew he was going to do that. Yeah,
All right, cool.
triple
On that
dump.
note, do you want to count us down, bro? That was a good show.
Yeah,
It was
man.
definitely a good show.
Yeah. We appreciate y'all. Go ahead.
Before you call it, like just a bit of advice for anybody that's actually listened to this. If you are struggling to get sneakers online, make sure you try and visit your retailers, because basically they probably will have the sneakers you want. As I said, I did a reel the other day. If you go into my Instagram, I've actually got a YouTube video that's come out on the Sunday, which showcases me picking up 3 pairs. I basically talk about the quality of all 3 pairs, compare it to 2 of the sneakers that I actually got in my rotation that I think are really superior quality. And I also talk about the different qualities between all the 3 taxis, because basically there's all this information about how all 3 of these pairs are different. Every pair is different, but it's not. Go and look at it, go and think it, go and like kind of digest it, but also make sure you go to your retailers out there, because you will definitely find pairs sitting in store at this moment in time. Nothing truly sells out. Nothing, certain stuff that sells out online still sits in the stores. So make sure you take your time to go to your local retailer. And if you do struggle, just basically keep your ears and eyes open, because there will be restocks going forward. So make sure you kind of are aware of what the situation is around you. But that's my only advice to you guys. But yeah, go on, bro. Sorry.
You just damn taxi breakdown. You should have said that earlier in the show. Hell.
Yeah, no, yeah, I should have, but this is some sneaker wisdom for anybody that's basically watching till the end, because it's important that you guys know what the situation is. And this is bonus stuff for people that actually watch till the end, because if you do watch to the end, you get some secrets in it. So
Yeah, like
stay to the
I
end,
was
guys.
just about to say that we appreciate everybody that does watch to the end, because
Yeah.
we know we run long sometimes, but we appreciate everybody for watching, man. Everybody that's down with us, and new people that's coming along. We gonna keep pumping them out, man. And until the next episode, like TJ always say, have a great day, week, month, and continue to have a great year. And hopefully, nobody presses that last button on StockX when they don't win. Be careful, man. When you're checking prices on StockX, just be careful, all right? Don't do
Don't
it.
do a Q. Don't do a Q.